Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am so excited you're here. Today, we're diving into something super juicy. We're going to be looking at your next serious relationship. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching this, the message is meant for you. We're going to tap into the energies surrounding your love life and see what's on the horizon, what kind of relationship is coming your way, and what you can expect. I'm seriously buzzing to get started. So how this works, we have 4 piles, each represented by a gorgeous crystal. First, we have the Amethyst moon, which is all about clarifying your desires and unveiling any hidden aspects of what you truly want in a partnership. Then, we have the Aquamarine angel, illuminating the path towards vulnerability and trust in love. Ooh, so beautiful. Next up is the Carnelian tower, representing building a strong foundation of passion and excitement. And finally, we have the Hematite point, all about grounding your expectations in reality for a lasting, fulfilling connection. Take a deep breath, everyone. Which crystal are you most drawn to? No pressure at all, just trust your intuition. It's totally okay if you're drawn to more than one. Maybe check them all out. This reading is timeless, so just take what resonates. Now, let's take a moment to set an intention. Close your eyes, visualize your dream relationship, and believe that it's on its way to you, sending you all so much love and positive energy. Happy picking. Okay, my friend, Amethyst moon, this crystal is all about clarifying, right? And it's here to help us unveil those hidden desires, which is perfect because this reading is all about your next serious relationship. So get ready for some major clarity as we dive in. All right, so the first card we have here is the 10 of Swords. Oof. Okay, so right away, I'm seeing like an ending. A really dramatic ending, honestly. 10 swords in the back. It's like done, over, kaput. Something has definitely reached its conclusion, you know. Like this could be the end of a relationship, the end of a job, maybe even just the end of a really long, difficult chapter in your life. And I know 10 of Swords can feel super heavy, right? Like, it's not exactly the most uplifting card to see first. But listen, it's actually a really important card because it signifies a necessary ending. Sometimes, things just have to fall apart so that something new and better can come together, you know? It's like, you have to clear out the old to make room for the new. It is so important to look at it this way. So with the Amethyst moon and the whole unveiling hidden desires theme, I'm really feeling like this ending, as painful as it might be, is actually clearing the path for something you've been secretly wanting, maybe even afraid to admit you wanted. It might be an ending you didn't initiate, but one that will benefit you in the long run. Or maybe, and this is important to consider, maybe this is an ending you needed to initiate but were putting off. The Amethyst moon is all about clarity. What does your intuition tell you? Think about it like, what's been holding you back? What situations or relationships have been draining your energy, keeping you from truly pursuing what you desire? The 10 of Swords is saying, okay, enough is enough. This is the final straw. Time to cut ties and move on, my friend. And you know what else? Sometimes the 10 of Swords can also represent a feeling of being overwhelmed, like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. But the thing is, you don't have to carry that weight anymore. You can release it. This ending is giving you permission to let go of all that baggage and start fresh. It's also possible that you are feeling betrayed or backstabbed, and that can be really painful. But I think you should also consider whether you have been betraying yourself. Have you been living authentically? Or have you been putting the needs of others before your own? Okay, so breathe. It might feel like you're at rock bottom right now, but trust me, this is just the beginning of an amazing transformation, okay? The only way to go from here is up. Now, the next card we have is the Ace of Swords. Yes. Okay, so after that ending, we have a brand new beginning, but this time with so much clarity. The Ace of Swords is like a lightning bolt of truth, cutting through all the confusion and uncertainty. It's about new ideas, new perspectives, and new opportunities. It is about new mental clarity. It is about a new way forward. I am so excited for you. So this ace coming right after the 10, it's huge. It's like you've cleared away all the old, stagnant energy, and now you're ready to embrace something totally new and exciting. This is your chance to redefine yourself, to create a life that truly aligns with your desires. The clarifying power of the amethyst moon is in full effect here, helping you see things with crystal clear vision. Think of the sword as a tool. It is a mental tool. A mental tool to cut away at the lies we tell ourselves. A mental tool to help us achieve a new and better perspective. This could be a new relationship. Yes, absolutely, since that is what this reading is about. But I think for many of you, this Ace of Swords is about realizing you cannot have a successful, serious relationship until you make serious changes to your perspective. And perspective is everything. So in this case, the Ace of Swords is about you and your relationship with yourself. And with the reading's theme of unveiling hidden desires, I'm feeling like this ace is going to help you connect with what you truly want in a relationship. No more settling for less. No more compromising your values. This is about finding someone who truly sees you and appreciates you for who you are. It could also signify a new level of honesty in your relationships. Maybe you've been holding back, afraid to express your true feelings or needs. The Ace of Swords is giving you the courage to speak your truth, to communicate openly and honestly with the people in your life. This new level of communication is key. Are you ready to wield your sword? What truths are you ready to accept? What new ideas are you ready to integrate into your life? Okay, so we've gone from a painful ending to a brand new beginning filled with clarity and potential. And now, drum roll please. We have the Sun. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this card for you. The Sun is pure joy, pure happiness, pure abundance. It's like the universe is smiling down on you and saying, yes, you did it. You made it through the storm and now you're ready to bask in the sunshine. I think that with the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Swords, the Sun is even more potent. You have earned this happiness. This card is all about positivity, optimism, and celebrating life to the fullest. It's about feeling confident, radiant, and completely aligned with your purpose. It is so powerful. It is a beautiful card. So with the amethyst moon guiding the way, this Sun card is telling me that you're about to experience a period of incredible clarity and joy in your relationships. You'll be able to see things clearly, communicate openly, and connect with people on a much deeper level. And remember those hidden desires we talked about at the beginning? Well, the Sun is saying that those desires are about to be fulfilled. You're going to attract people and experiences that are in perfect alignment with your true self. Oh my goodness. If this reading is about a new relationship specifically, I'm seeing that this relationship is going to bring you so much joy and happiness. It's going to be a relationship filled with laughter, playfulness, and a deep sense of connection. It will feel easy. It will feel natural. But again, even if a romantic relationship isn't immediately on the horizon, this Sun card is still a fantastic sign. It means that you're entering a period of personal growth and fulfillment. You're going to feel more confident, more creative, and more connected to your inner child. This is your time to shine. The Sun card following the Ace of Swords also suggests that this happiness is coming as a direct result of your newfound clarity and truth. It is so important. The hard decisions you made, the boundaries you set, they're all paying off big time. You've created space for joy to enter your life, and now it's here in abundance. So, my friend, embrace this energy. Let your light shine, and don't be afraid to radiate your joy to the world. You deserve all the happiness that's coming your way. Think about what makes you truly happy. What activities bring you joy? Who are the people who make you feel good about yourself? Focus on those things, and watch as your life becomes brighter and more fulfilling than ever before. So overall, this combination of cards is incredibly powerful, don't you think? Like, it's a story of transformation, resilience, and ultimately, pure joy. You're moving from a place of ending and darkness into a place of new beginnings and radiant light. You are moving from a place of confusion to a place of absolute clarity. And that amethyst moon crystal, it's been guiding you every step of the way, helping you see through the illusions and connect with your true desires. I'm so excited to see what unfolds for you next. So let's pull some more cards to get even more clarity on the specifics of this new chapter. Okay, I am so very excited. Okay, are you ready? Because oh my gosh, this is getting so good. The next card we have is Strength. Yes. Okay, so after all that darkness and then all that freaking sunshine, we have Strength, which I think is so perfect. Because you need strength to get through the 10 of Swords, right? And you need strength to wield that Ace of Swords. And you know it takes strength to even receive the freaking sun. So it's all connected. Everything is connected. Okay, so right away when I see the Strength card, I think about inner power. It's not about like physical strength or, dominating others. It's about taming your inner beast. It's about having compassion for yourself and for others, even when it's really, really hard. I'm like, wow, this card is coming up now to really show you that you have so much more inner fortitude than you even realize. And like, you've already demonstrated that by getting through whatever the hell that 10 of Swords was all about. I think a lot of times people think of strength as being loud or forceful or aggressive, but that's not what this card is about at all. It's about quiet strength. It's about gentle strength. It's about like the strength of a lioness protecting her cubs, It's fierce, but it's also loving and nurturing. It's like you have this incredible power within you to overcome any challenge, but it's not about bulldozing your way through things. It's about finding that balance between strength and compassion, between assertiveness and kindness. It's a dance, really. And with the Amethyst moon, like that clarifying energy, I'm feeling like this Strength card is asking you to really look at where you might be giving your power away. Like, where are you letting fear or doubt or insecurity control your actions? Where are you letting other people walk all over you? Because you don't have to do that anymore. You have the strength to stand up for yourself, to set boundaries, to say no when you need to. You have the strength to protect your energy and your heart. I'm also feeling like this card is about self-control. It's about mastering your emotions, your impulses, your reactions. It's about not letting your anger or your fear get the best of you. It's about taking a deep breath and responding with calm and clarity, even in the face of adversity. I know it's easier said than done, right? But that's why it's called strength. It takes practice. It takes commitment. But you can do it. I know you can. Think about the areas in your life where you feel the weakest. Where do you feel the most vulnerable? Where do you feel like you're constantly struggling? Because those are the areas where you need to cultivate your inner strength. Those are the areas where you need to tap into that lioness energy and protect yourself. Okay, so now let's connect this to the love reading, because that's what we're here for, right? So, with the Strength card coming up in the context of your next serious relationship, I'm feeling like this is a call to really embody your own power in your relationships. Like, to not be afraid to be yourself, to not be afraid to speak your truth, to not be afraid to ask for what you want and need. It's like you've gone through this ending, you've gained this clarity, you're experiencing this joy, but now you need to bring that strength into your relationships. You need to be with someone who respects your strength, who admires your strength, who is not intimidated by your strength. And more importantly, you need to respect and admire your own strength. I think a lot of times, we can fall into patterns in relationships where we play a certain role, like the caretaker, or the peacemaker, or the people-pleaser. But the Strength card is saying, okay, enough of that. It's time to step into your power and be your authentic self. This might mean having some difficult conversations. It might mean setting some new boundaries. It might mean walking away from relationships that are no longer serving you. But you have the strength to do it. You really do. I'm also feeling like this card is about attracting a partner who is equally strong. Someone who is not afraid to be vulnerable. Someone who is not afraid to be authentic. Someone who is not afraid to challenge you and push you to grow. It's about finding a partner who is your equal, who respects your boundaries, and who celebrates your strengths. Think about what qualities you admire in a partner. Is it their confidence? Is it their compassion? Is it their resilience? Because those are the qualities that you also need to cultivate within yourself. You attract what you are. So the stronger you become, the stronger your relationships will be. And it's not just about romantic relationships. It's also about your relationships with your friends, your family, your colleagues. It's about bringing that same strength and authenticity to all of your interactions. So, what does this look like in real life? Like, let's say you're dating someone and they're constantly criticizing you or putting you down. The old you might have just brushed it off or tried to ignore it, but the new you, the you who is embodying the strength card, would say, "Hey, that's not okay. I don't appreciate being spoken to that way. If you can't treat me with respect, then this isn't going to work." Boom, boundary set. Or let's say you're in a friendship where you're always the one doing all the giving and the other person is just taking. The strength card would empower you to say, "Hey, I need you to reciprocate more. I need you to show me that you value this friendship as much as I do." It's about being assertive but not aggressive. It's about being kind but not a doormat. It's about finding that balance, that sweet spot where you're honoring your own needs and desires without sacrificing your integrity. And remember, the Amethyst moon is here to help you clarify what those needs and desires are, to help you see through the illusions and the self-doubt that might be holding you back, to help you connect with your inner strength and your true power. So, how can you embody the strength card in your life right now? What small steps can you take to start cultivating your inner power? What boundaries do you need to set? What difficult conversations do you need to have? This isn't about becoming a different person. It's about becoming more of who you already are. It's about unleashing that lioness within you and letting her roar. Because you have so much to offer the world, my friend. You have so much love, so much compassion, so much strength. And it's time to share it with the people who deserve it. It's time to create relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust, and authenticity. It's time to live your life with strength and grace. Are you ready? Because I think you are. And I'm so excited to see what happens next. What other amazing insights are waiting for us in the cards? Let's find out. Okay, so where were we? Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. It's building to something amazing. Oh, the next card we have is Justice. Wow. Okay, so after all of that strength and all of that, inner work, we have Justice. And I think that's so perfect because it takes strength to face justice, It takes strength to look at yourself honestly and to accept the consequences of your actions. It is so very important, and it takes strength to do the right thing, even when it's hard. So right away, when I see the Justice card, I think about fairness. I think about balance. I think about cause and effect. It's like what you put out into the world comes back to you, It's like karma. It's like the universe is keeping score. And with the Amethyst moon, like that clarifying energy, I'm feeling like this Justice card is asking you to really look at your life and see where things might be out of balance. Where are you being unfair to yourself or to others? Where are you not taking responsibility for your actions? I think a lot of times people think of justice as being like a punishment, but it's not always about that. It's about restoring balance. It's about making things right. It's about learning from your mistakes and moving forward. It's like, if you've been treating someone badly, justice might mean apologizing and changing your behavior. If you've been neglecting your own needs, justice might mean prioritizing self-care and setting boundaries. It's all about finding that equilibrium, that harmony. It's a dance, really. And with the Amethyst moon helping you, it will guide you on this path, showing you the clarity you need to see all of this. And you've already demonstrated that by getting through whatever the hell that 10 of Swords was all about. So this card is like a continuation of that. I'm also feeling like this card is about truth. It's about seeing things as they really are, not as you want them to be. It's about being honest with yourself and with others. And it's about speaking your truth, even when it's uncomfortable. I know it's easier said than done, right? But that's why it's called justice. It takes courage. It takes integrity. But you can do it. I know you can. Think about the areas in your life where you feel the most conflicted. Where do you feel like you're not being true to yourself? Where do you feel like you're not being honest with others? Because those are the areas where you need to embrace justice. Those are the areas where you need to step up and take responsibility for your actions. Okay, so now let's connect this to the love reading, because that's what we're here for, right? So, with the Justice card coming up in the context of your next serious relationship, I'm feeling like this is a call to really examine your past relationships and see what you can learn from them. What patterns have you been repeating? What mistakes have you been making? What role have you played in the outcomes of those relationships? Because, remember, justice is a mirror. It reflects back what you put out into the world. This might mean acknowledging that you haven't always been the best partner. It might mean admitting that you've made some bad choices. It might mean apologizing to someone you've hurt in the past. But it's all part of the process of growth and healing. And it's necessary if you want to create a healthy, balanced relationship in the future. I'm also feeling like this card is about attracting a partner who is fair, who is honest, who is responsible. Someone who takes ownership of their actions and who treats you with respect. It's about finding a partner who is your equal, who values justice, and who is committed to creating a relationship that is built on trust and integrity. Think about what qualities you value in a partner. Is it their honesty? Is it their fairness? Is it their sense of responsibility? Because those are the qualities that you also need to cultivate within yourself. You attract what you are. So the more just you become, the more just your relationships will be. And it's not just about romantic relationships. It's also about your relationships with your friends, your family, your colleagues. It's about bringing that same sense of fairness and responsibility to all of your interactions. It's about treating everyone with respect and dignity, regardless of their background or their beliefs. So, what does this look like in real life? Like, let's say you're dating someone and they're constantly blaming you for their problems. The old you might have just accepted it or tried to fix it, but the new you, the you who is embodying the justice card, would say, "Hey, I'm not responsible for your problems. You need to take ownership of your own life and stop blaming me for everything." Boom, boundaries set. Or let's say you're in a friendship where you're always the one doing all the compromising and the other person is never willing to budge. The justice card would empower you to say, "Hey, I need you to meet me halfway. I can't always be the one who's making all the sacrifices." It's about being assertive but not aggressive. It's about being kind but not a pushover. It's about finding that balance, that sweet spot where you're honoring your own needs and desires without sacrificing your integrity. I'm also feeling like this card could be related to some legal matters. Now, this is a love reading, but the energy is so strong that I have to say something. It may be that an old legal issue is coming back into the light, or perhaps you are dealing with a legal separation. Maybe it is even something as simple as signing a lease with a new partner. Who knows? It all depends on you and your situation, my friend. And remember, the Amethyst moon is here to help you clarify what those needs and desires are. To help you see through the illusions and the self-doubt that might be holding you back. To help you connect with your inner strength and your true power. It is all a journey. So, how can you embody the justice card in your life right now? What small steps can you take to start cultivating your sense of fairness and responsibility? What past actions do you need to take ownership of? What apologies do you need to make? This isn't about becoming a perfect person. It's about becoming a more conscious and ethical person. It's about living your life in alignment with your values and your beliefs. Because you have so much to offer the world, my friend. You have so much love, so much compassion, so much strength. And it's time to share it with the people who deserve it. It's time to create relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust, and integrity. It's time to live your life with justice and grace. It's like, you've gone through this ending, you've gained this clarity, you're experiencing this joy, but now you need to bring that sense of justice into your relationships. You need to be with someone who respects your boundaries, who admires your strengths, and who is committed to creating a fair and balanced relationship. Are you ready? Because I think you are, and I'm so excited to see what happens next. It is all a never-ending exciting reveal. So with all these amazing cards already, what else is waiting for us in store, my friend? It is all so aligned. It is such a wonderful adventure we are going on together. What other amazing insights are waiting for us in the cards? Let's find out. Okay, are you ready for this? Because oh my gosh, this is just getting better and better. Okay, so after all that justice, after all of that, fairness and responsibility, the next card we have is the Chariot. Yes. Okay, so I think that's so perfect because it is like after you have taken responsibility, after you have considered what is fair, you get to charge forward. You get to move on. You have earned the right to get in the freaking Chariot. I love it. Okay, so right away when I see the Chariot, I think about control. I think about willpower. I think about, like, taking charge of your life and moving in the direction you want to go. It's like you're not just sitting around waiting for things to happen. You're actively creating your own destiny, you know. You are not a passenger. You are the driver. And with the Amethyst moon, like that clarifying energy that we have been talking about, I'm feeling like this Chariot card is asking you to really get clear on what you want and then go for it, full force. What do you truly desire? What is your Chariot aimed at? I think a lot of times people think of the Chariot as being, like, aggressive or forceful, but it's not always about that. It's about having a clear vision and then taking consistent action to achieve it. It is about having the confidence to face your fears and overcome any obstacles that stand in your way. You know. It's like if you want to start a new business, the Chariot is telling you to create a plan, set goals, and then work your butt off to make it happen. If you want to find love, the Chariot is telling you to put yourself out there, be confident, and don't give up until you find the right person. It is all about commitment. It's a dance, really. And with the Amethyst moon helping you, it is showing you the clarity you need to be on this path, on this journey. And like, you've already demonstrated that by getting through whatever the hell that 10 of Swords was all about. You have moved through this, my friend. So this card is like a continuation of that. You know, I'm also feeling like this card is about balance. It's about integrating all the different parts of yourself and moving forward as a whole, complete person. It's about recognizing your strengths and weaknesses and using them to your advantage. And it's about having the discipline to stay on track, even when things get tough. I know it's easier said than done, right? But that's why it's called the Chariot. It takes effort. It takes focus. But you can do it. I know you can. Think about the areas in your life where you feel the most stuck. Where do you feel like you're spinning your wheels and not getting anywhere? Because those are the areas where you need to embrace the Chariot. Those are the areas where you need to take control and start moving forward with purpose. Okay, so now let's connect this to the love reading, because that's what we're here for, right? So, with the Chariot card coming up in the context of your next serious relationship, I'm feeling like this is a call to really take the reins in your love life. Like, to not just sit back and wait for someone to come along and sweep you off your feet, but to actively create the kind of relationship you want. It's like, you've gone through this ending, you've gained this clarity, you're experiencing this joy, you're embracing your strength, and you have acted with justice. But now you need to bring that energy into your love life. You need to be with someone who is equally driven, who is equally committed, who is equally willing to put in the effort to make the relationship work. I think a lot of times, we can fall into patterns in relationships where we become passive or complacent. We stop putting in the effort, we stop communicating, we stop trying to make things better. But the Chariot card is saying, okay, enough of that. It's time to take charge and create the kind of relationship you deserve. This might mean having some difficult conversations. It might mean setting some new goals. It might mean making some changes in your own behavior. But you have the power to do it. You really do. I'm also feeling like this card is about attracting a partner who is also a Chariot. Someone who is driven, someone who is ambitious, someone who is committed to their own personal growth. It's about finding a partner who is your teammate, who is your partner in crime, who is willing to go on this journey with you. Think about what qualities you admire in a partner. Is it their ambition? Is it their drive? Is it their commitment? Because those are the qualities that you also need to cultivate within yourself. You attract what you are. So the more driven you become, the more driven your relationships will be. And you know, it's not just about romantic relationships. It's also about your relationships with your friends, your family, your colleagues. It's about bringing that same sense of purpose and direction to all of your interactions. What does this look like in real life? Like, let's say you're dating someone and they're constantly making excuses, for why they can't commit to a relationship. The old you might have just accepted it or tried to convince them otherwise, but the new you, the you who is embodying the Chariot card, would say, "Hey, I'm looking for someone who is ready for a serious relationship. If you're not ready for that, then this isn't going to work." Boom, boundary set. Or let's say you're in a friendship where you're always the one making all the plans and the other person is always flacking out. The Chariot card would empower you to say, "Hey, I need you to be more reliable. I need you to show me that you value our friendship as much as I do." It's about being assertive, but not aggressive. It's about being kind, but not a pushover. It's about finding that balance, that sweet spot where you're honoring your own needs and desires without sacrificing your integrity. I'm also feeling like this card could be related to travel. Now, this is a love reading, but the energy is so strong that I have to say something. It may be that you are about to take a trip with your partner, or maybe you will meet your partner while traveling. Or maybe it is even something as simple as taking a road trip. Who knows? It all depends on you and your situation, my friend. And remember, the Amethyst moon is here to help you clarify what those needs and desires are, to help you see through the illusions and the self-doubt that might be holding you back, to help you connect with your inner strength and your true power. It is all a journey. So, how can you embody the Chariot card in your life right now? What small steps can you take to start cultivating your sense of purpose and direction? What goals do you need to set? What actions do you need to take? This isn't about becoming a different person. It's about becoming more of who you already are. It's about unleashing that inner drive and ambition and using it to create the life you want. Because you have so much to offer the world, my friend. You have so much love, so much compassion, so much strength. And it's time to share it with the people who deserve it. It's time to create relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust, and a shared sense of purpose. It's time to live your life with passion and determination. It's like you've gone through this ending, you've gained this clarity, you're experiencing this joy, but now you need to bring that sense of purpose into your relationships. You need to be with someone who respects your boundaries, who admires your strengths, and who is committed to creating a fulfilling and meaningful life together. Now, one thing that might be important to consider is what might be holding you back from getting in that chariot and speeding forward. Sometimes, we are our own worst enemies, right? Maybe you are afraid of failure. Maybe you are afraid of success. Maybe you are afraid of getting hurt again. But the Chariot is telling you to not let those fears control you. To acknowledge them, to feel them, but to not let them stop you from pursuing your dreams. Because the only way to overcome your fears is to face them head-on. And the only way to create the life you want is to take action. So, what are you waiting for? Get in that chariot and start driving. Okay, my friend, are you ready? Because I think you are. And I'm so excited to see what happens next. It is all a never-ending, exciting reveal. So, with all these amazing cards already, what else is waiting for us in store, my friend? What final message is the universe trying to tell you about your next serious relationship? It is all so aligned. It is such a wonderful adventure we are going on together. What other amazing insights are waiting for us in the cards? Let's find out. Okay. I am so excited. Okay, so the next card we have is the King of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That is amazing, my friend. After all of that, we get the King of Pentacles. So, it means that after all this work, all this, journeying through the cards, all this processing, you are calling in some serious masculine energy. I think that is so perfect because, after you have taken charge and you have acted justly and have found strength, you can call in a partner that reflects those qualities. I think that is just so beautifully set up. Okay, so right away, when I see the King of Pentacles, I think about stability. I think about security. I think about someone who is grounded, reliable, and responsible. Someone who knows how to provide for themselves and for others. Someone who is not afraid of hard work and who is committed to building a solid foundation, It's like, this is not some flaky, fly-by-night kind of person. This is someone who is in it for the long haul. This is someone who is looking to create a lasting partnership, a relationship that is built on trust, respect, and mutual support. This is like a grown-up. And with the Amethyst moon, like that clarifying energy that we have been talking about this whole reading, I'm feeling like this King of Pentacles card is asking you to really get clear on what you need in a partner. What are your must-haves? What are your deal breakers? What qualities are absolutely essential for you to feel safe, secure, and loved in a relationship? I think a lot of times people settle for less than they deserve. They lower their standards or they compromise on their values because they're afraid of being alone or they don't think they can do any better. But the King of Pentacles is here to tell you that you deserve the best. You deserve someone who is going to treat you like a queen, who is going to cherish you, who is going to support you, and who is going to be there for you through thick and thin. Now, that being said, it's also important to remember that the King of Pentacles is not perfect. No one is, right? He can sometimes be a little bit stubborn, a little bit materialistic, a little bit too focused on work and money. He might need a little nudge to loosen up and have some fun. He might need a reminder to prioritize his relationship and to show his love and appreciation in ways that are meaningful to you. But overall, he is a good egg. He is a solid, dependable, and loving partner who is going to be there for you through it all. I'm also feeling like this card is about sensuality. It's about enjoying the pleasures of the physical world. It's about indulging in good food, good wine, good sex. It's about appreciating the beauty and abundance that surrounds you. The King of Pentacles is someone who knows how to savor life, to enjoy every moment, and to share those experiences with the people he loves. And remember the Ten of Swords, the ending. It's like you've cleared away all the crap and clutter in your life, and now you're ready to receive this amazing, stable, secure King of Pentacles energy. You've earned it. Okay, so now let's connect this to the love reading even more, because that's what we're here for, right? So, with the King of Pentacles card coming up in the context of your next serious relationship, I'm feeling like this is a call to really open yourself up to receiving love and abundance in all its forms. Like to not just focus on the material aspects of a relationship, but to also appreciate the emotional, spiritual, and sensual connections that you share with your partner. You are meant to enjoy every moment and to share those experiences with the people he loves. I think it is about learning to accept love. It's like you've gone through this ending, you've gained this clarity, you're experiencing this joy, you're embracing your strength, you have acted with justice, and you are taking control. Now you get to bring that energy into your love life. You need to be with someone who is equally grounded, who is equally reliable, who is equally committed to building a secure and lasting relationship. This person is probably very different than partners you have had in the past. I feel like you are leveling up, my friend. I think a lot of times we can fall into patterns in relationships where we focus on the drama, the excitement, the highs and lows. But the King of Pentacles card is saying, okay, enough of that. It's time to create a relationship that is built on stability, security, and trust. I think that a lot of relationships are all about the spark, and the King of Pentacles knows that the spark fades, so instead he focuses on building a fire. This might mean having some boring conversations. It might mean making some practical decisions. It might mean settling into a comfortable routine. But you have the power to do it. You really do. I'm also feeling like this card is about attracting a partner who is also a King of Pentacles energy. Someone who is grounded, someone who is reliable, someone who is committed to their own personal growth and financial security. It's about finding a partner who is your rock, who is your safe haven, who is always there for you, no matter what. Think about what qualities you admire in a partner. Is it their financial stability? Is it their reliability? Is it their commitment to their family and friends? Because those are the qualities that you also need to cultivate within yourself. You attract what you are. So the more grounded you become, the more grounded your relationships will be. And you know, it's not just about romantic relationships. It's also about your relationships with your friends, your family, your colleagues. It's about bringing that same sense of stability and security to all of your interactions. This is just amazing, right? So what does this look like in real life? Like, let's say you're dating someone and they're constantly flitting from job to job, or they're always borrowing money from you, or they're just generally unreliable. The old you might have just accepted it or tried to fix it, but the new you, the you who is embodying the King of Pentacles card, would say, "Hey, I'm looking for someone who is financially stable and responsible." If you're not ready for that, then this isn't going to work. Boom, boundary set. You are not some charity, you are not someone's therapist, you are not someone's project. You are a queen, treat yourself as such. Or let's say you're in a friendship where you're always the one doing all the giving and the other person is always taking. The King of Pentacles card would empower you to say, "Hey, I need you to reciprocate more. I need you to show me that you value our friendship as much as I do." It's about being assertive, but not aggressive. It's about being kind, but not a pushover. It's about finding that balance, that sweet spot where you're honoring your own needs and desires without sacrificing your integrity. I'm also feeling like this card could be related to property or real estate. Now, this is a love reading, but the energy is so strong that I have to say something. It may be that you are about to buy a house with your partner, or maybe you will meet your partner at an open house. Or maybe it is even something as simple as redecorating your apartment. Who knows? It all depends on you and your situation, my friend. And remember, the Amethyst moon is here to help you clarify what those needs and desires are, to help you see through the illusions and the self-doubt that might be holding you back, to help you connect with your inner strength and your true power. It is all a journey. So, how can you embody the King of Pentacles card in your life right now? What small steps can you take to start cultivating your sense of stability and security? What financial goals do you need to set? What actions do you need to take to create a more grounded and reliable life for yourself? This isn't about becoming a different person. It's about becoming more of who you already are. It's about unleashing that inner sense of responsibility and commitment and using it to create the life you want. Because you have so much to offer the world, my friend. You have so much love, so much compassion, so much strength. And it's time to share it with the people who deserve it. It's time to create relationships that are built on mutual respect, trust, and a shared sense of security. It's time to live your life with passion and determination. It's like you've gone through this ending, you've gained this clarity, you're experiencing this joy, but now you need to bring that sense of purpose into your relationships. You need to be with someone who respects your boundaries, who admires your strengths, and who is committed to creating a fulfilling and meaningful life together. I'm just so excited for you. It is like everything is lining up so perfectly. Is there anything that you feel like might be blocking you? Sometimes we get so caught up in our heads that we forget to just enjoy the ride, you know? The King of Pentacles is all about the journey, not just the destination. It's about savoring every moment, appreciating every blessing, and being grateful for all that you have. So remember to stay present, stay grounded, and stay open to receiving all the good things that are coming your way. This card is an amazing sign of things to come. It is a promise of abundance, stability, and love. So embrace it, my friend, and get ready for the next chapter of your life. It's going to be amazing. Okay, my friend, are you ready? Because I think you are, and I'm so excited to see what happens next. It is all a never-ending exciting reveal. So with all these amazing cards already, what else is waiting for us in store, my friend? I can barely contain myself. What final message is the universe trying to tell you about your next serious relationship? Ooh. It is all so aligned. It is such a wonderful adventure we are going on together. What other amazing insights are waiting for us in the cards? Let's find out, okay? I am so very excited. What amazing insights are we about to uncover, I wonder? This is such a great reading. The best reading, I just know it. Okay, so, oh my gosh, after all of that, after that incredible journey through all those cards, we finally arrive at the Four of Wands. And you know what? I think it's absolutely perfect. Like it's the cherry on top of the sundae. It is a party. Because what is the Four of Wands all about? It's about celebration. It's about harmony. It's about coming home. It's about feeling like you finally belong, you know? It's like, after all that hard work, after all that transformation, you've finally arrived at a place where you can relax, where you can celebrate your accomplishments, and where you can feel truly at peace. So needed. So let's rewind for a second, okay? because it's important to remember where we started. We started with the Ten of Swords, right? Which was like the end of the world. But, it wasn't really the end, was it? It was just the end of a chapter. It was just the clearing away of the old, stagnant energy so that something new and better could come in. And look at you now. You went through all of that pain, all of that heartbreak, all of that drama, and you came out on the other side stronger, wiser, and more freaking radiant than ever before. And then we had the Ace of Swords, which was like a lightning bolt of clarity, right? It was like you suddenly saw everything with crystal clear vision, and you knew exactly what you wanted and what you needed to do to get it. It was like, bam, a new beginning, all thanks to that clarity. And then we had the Sun, which was just pure joy, pure happiness, pure freaking abundance. It was like the universe was smiling down on you and saying, yes, you did it. You made it through the storm, and now you're ready to bask in the sunshine. So beautiful, I love it. And then we had Strength, which was all about inner power, about taming your inner beast, and about having compassion for yourself and for others. It was like you realized that you had so much more inner fortitude than you even realized, and that you could overcome any challenge with grace and dignity. And then we had Justice, which was all about fairness, balance, and taking responsibility for your actions. It was like you looked at your life with honesty and integrity, and you made amends for any mistakes you had made, and you committed to living a more ethical and conscious life. And then we had the Chariot, which was all about taking control of your life, setting clear goals, and moving forward with purpose and determination. It was like you grabbed the reins and said, okay, I'm in charge now. I'm driving this thing. And then we had the King of Pentacles, which was all about stability, security, and finding a partner who is grounded, reliable, and committed to building a lasting relationship. It was like you finally found someone who treats you like a queen, who cherishes you, who supports you, and who is there for you through thick and thin. Like he is ready to build that fire and keep you warm. And now, finally, we have the Four of Wands, which is like the culmination of all of that. It's like you've built this amazing foundation, you've created this beautiful life for yourself, and now you get to celebrate it with the people you love. It's a celebration. So what does this mean for your next serious relationship? Well, it means that you're ready. You're ready to create a relationship that is built on love, trust, respect, and mutual support. You're ready to find someone who is your equal, who shares your values, and who is committed to building a life together that is filled with joy, happiness, and abundance. You are so ready, my friend. It means that you are attracting someone who is not afraid to commit, someone who is ready to settle down and build a life with you, someone who wants the same things you do. It means that you are calling in a relationship that feels easy, natural, and effortless. A relationship that is full of laughter, fun, and adventure. It means that the waiting is over. The searching is done. Your person is coming. But. It's not just about finding the right person. It's also about creating the right environment for that relationship to thrive, you know. It's about creating a home, both literally and figuratively, that is filled with love, warmth, and positive energy. This means setting up boundaries to protect yourself from outside forces. So, what can you do to embody the Four of Wands in your life right now? Well, first of all, you can celebrate your accomplishments. Take a moment to acknowledge all the hard work you've done and all the progress you've made. Give yourself a pat on the back. Treat yourself to something special. You deserve it. You can create a welcoming and inviting space in your home. Decorate it with things that make you happy, that bring you joy, and that reflect your personality. Light some candles, play some music, and create an atmosphere that is both relaxing and uplifting. You can spend time with the people you love. Connect with your friends, your family, and your community. Share your joy, your laughter, and your positive energy with others. And remember, you can be a part of a chosen family. You can practice gratitude. Take a few minutes each day to appreciate all the good things in your life, both big and small. This will help you stay grounded, stay positive, and stay open to receiving all the blessings that are coming your way. You can create a vision board. Find images and words that inspire you, that represent your goals, and that remind you of the kind of life you want to create. This will help you stay focused on your dreams and attract the energy you need to make them a reality. You can plan a party. Invite your friends and family over to celebrate your life, your accomplishments, and your future. This is a great way to create a sense of community, to share your joy with others, and to manifest your desires. And remember, the Amethyst moon is here to help you every step of the way, to clarify your intentions, to guide your actions, and to help you create a life that is filled with love, joy, and abundance. Allow it to flow through you. So, my friend, I am so incredibly excited for you. I know that you are on the verge of something truly amazing. You have worked so hard, you have overcome so many challenges, and you are now ready to receive all the blessings that the universe has in store for you. Embrace this energy, celebrate your life, and get ready to welcome your next serious relationship with open arms. It's going to be a beautiful journey, and I am so honored to be a part of it. Now go out there and shine. You deserve all the happiness in the world. You absolutely deserve it. And always remember that I believe in you. I really, really do. You got this. Yay, and that's it. That's the reading. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I hope that brought you some clarity and some joy. It was such an adventure going through those cards with you. I felt like we uncovered some really, really powerful insights. So, take those insights, my friend, and run with them. Use them to create the life you've always dreamed of. And remember, the Amethyst moon is always there to guide you. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. It was truly an honor. I just know you're going to find the love of your life. You're going to have an amazing relationship. I'm so excited for you. Hey, friend, welcome to your reading. Thanks so much for being here and trusting me with this. You picked the Aquamarine angel pile, so this is going to be about your next serious relationship and how to get there and what it might look like. Aquamarine is all about illumination, light, and seeing things clearly. And I think that's super important for this reading because we're talking about embracing vulnerability and trust. It's like you need to really see yourself and the situation to be able to open up. So let's dive in, okay? First up, we have the Magician. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting for you. The Magician is all about potential and having everything you need to create what you want. It's like the universe is saying, hey, you've got this. You have all the tools, all the skills, all the resources right at your fingertips. Think of it like this. You're a chef and you've got a fully stocked kitchen. You've got all the ingredients, all the pots and pans, all the fancy gadgets. Now it's up to you to create the dish. The Magician isn't just about having the stuff. It's about knowing how to use it, you know? It's about being resourceful and creative and confident in your abilities. This card coming up first is such a good sign because it means you're entering this next phase of your love life feeling empowered. You're not coming from a place of lack or desperation. You're coming from a place of strength and self-assurance. You know your worth, you know what you bring to the table, and you're not afraid to go after what you want. That's huge, right? Now, the Magician can sometimes be a little bit tricky because with all that power comes responsibility, right? It can be tempting to try to control everything, to manipulate situations to get the outcome you want. But that's not really what the Magician is about. It's more about aligning yourself with the universe and using your abilities to manifest your desires in a way that's authentic and aligned with your highest good. So, be mindful of that, okay? Don't try to force anything. Trust that the universe has your back and just focus on being the best version of yourself. I feel like, in the past, maybe you've doubted yourself in relationships, or maybe you felt like you weren't good enough, or like you didn't have what it takes to attract the kind of love you wanted. But the Magician is here to tell you that's total BS. You are good enough. You do have what it takes. You just need to believe in yourself and tap into your inner power. Think about all the amazing qualities you have to offer. Your kindness, your intelligence, your sense of humor, your passion, your creativity. The list goes on and on. Don't hide those qualities, okay? Let them shine. Let them be the things that attract your next serious relationship. This is like a green light to be 100% authentically you. And remember the Aquamarine angel energy, okay? Illumination, See yourself clearly. Know your strengths. Know your worth. Embrace your vulnerability. Trust that you are worthy of love. Okay, so that's the Magician. Next, we have the Two of Wands. Ooh, this is interesting. So, after feeling all empowered and ready to go with the Magician, the Two of Wands is about choices and decisions. It's like, okay, you've got all these amazing tools and abilities. Now what are you going to do with them? Where are you going to direct your energy? What path are you going to choose? This card often shows up when you're at a crossroads, when you're weighing your options and trying to figure out the best way forward. It's about looking at the bigger picture, seeing the possibilities, and making a conscious decision about which direction you want to take. It's about planning and strategy, but it's also about trusting your intuition and following your heart. I feel like you might be facing a few different options in your love life right now. Maybe you're talking to a couple of different people, or maybe you're considering different approaches to dating. Maybe you're trying to decide whether to focus on your career or your love life, or maybe you're trying to figure out how to balance both. Whatever it is, the Two of Wands is telling you to take a step back, assess your options, and make a conscious choice about what you want to create. Don't just drift along aimlessly, okay? Don't just go with the flow without really thinking about where you're going. Take control of your destiny, be proactive, make a plan. But here's the thing, and this is important. The Two of Wands isn't just about thinking and planning. It's also about feeling. It's about connecting with your intuition and listening to your inner guidance. What does your heart tell you to do? What feels right? What feels aligned with your values and your goals? Sometimes the best decisions are the ones that don't make logical sense, but they feel right. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to trust your gut, even if it goes against what everyone else is telling you. Remember the Aquamarine angel, illuminating your intuition and helping you trust yourself. This card also speaks to long-term vision. It's not just about what you want right now in this moment. It's about what you want for the future. It's about building something that will last. So, when you're making these choices, think about where you want to be in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years. What kind of relationship do you want to have? What kind of life do you want to create? And don't be afraid to dream big, okay? Don't limit yourself based on what you think is possible. The universe is full of infinite possibilities, and you are capable of creating anything you desire. You've got the Magician energy, remember? You've got all the tools you need. Okay, so we've got the Magician, we've got the Two of Wands. And now, oh boy, we have the Tower. Okay, don't freak out. I know the Tower can be a scary card, but it's not always a bad thing. It's definitely intense, and it definitely signifies change. But it's often change that's necessary for growth and transformation. The Tower is all about sudden upheaval, unexpected events, and the breakdown of old structures and beliefs. It's like a lightning bolt that strikes the tower and brings everything crashing down. It can be shocking, it can be painful, but it's ultimately a clearing away of what no longer serves you. It's a necessary destruction to make way for something new and better. Think of it like this. You've been living in a house that's old and dilapidated. It's got cracks in the walls, the roof is leaking, the foundation is crumbling. You've tried to patch it up, you've tried to ignore the problems, but deep down you know it's not sustainable. Then, one day, a storm comes along and the house collapses. It's devastating, right? But it also creates an opportunity to build a new house, a stronger house, a house that's better suited to your needs and your desires. That's what the Tower is about. It's about the destruction of the old to make way for the new. It can be scary, but it's ultimately liberating. It's like you've been holding onto something that's been holding you back, and the Tower comes along and forces you to let go. Now, in the context of a relationship reading, the Tower can signify a sudden breakup, a major argument, or some other kind of crisis that shakes the foundation of the relationship. It could mean that something you thought was solid and stable suddenly crumbles, leaving you feeling lost and confused. But here's the thing, and this is super important. The Tower isn't always about the end of a relationship. It can also be about a major shift or transformation within a relationship. It could mean that you and your partner are forced to confront some difficult truths, to let go of old patterns and beliefs, and to rebuild your relationship on a stronger foundation. maybe you've been avoiding certain issues, or maybe you've been settling for less than you deserve. The Tower comes along and forces you to deal with those issues, to stand up for yourself, and to create a relationship that's truly fulfilling. And remember our theme, embracing vulnerability and trust. The Tower, as scary as it is, can actually help you do that. Because when everything is falling apart, you're forced to be honest with yourself and with your partner. You're forced to be vulnerable. You're forced to trust that you can get through this together. It's like, when the chips are down, you see who your true friends are, right? You see who's willing to stand by you, who's willing to support you, who's willing to help you rebuild. The Tower can be a test of your relationship, but it can also be an opportunity to deepen your connection and to create a bond that's unbreakable. I feel like this Tower moment, whatever it is, might be related to something unexpected coming to light. A secret revealed, a hidden truth exposed. It could be something about yourself, something about your partner, or something about the relationship itself. But whatever it is, it's going to shake things up. But don't be afraid, okay? Don't resist the change. Embrace it. Trust that the universe is guiding you towards something better. Trust that you are strong enough to get through this. And remember the Magician. You have all the tools you need to navigate this challenge. The Aquamarine Angel is here to illuminate the truth and to help you trust yourself and the process. Even when things seem dark and chaotic, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. And this Tower moment, as difficult as it may be, is ultimately leading you towards a more authentic, more fulfilling, and more loving relationship. You know, thinking about these three cards together, the Magician, the Two of Wands, and the Tower, it's like you're being called to step into your power, make conscious choices, and embrace the unexpected changes that come your way. It's a wild ride for sure, but it's a ride that's going to lead you to where you're meant to be. And remember, you are not alone. The universe is supporting you, the Aquamarine Angel is guiding you, and I'm here cheering you on every step of the way. This is going to be good. Okay, so after all of that, after the Magician, the Two of Wands, and especially after the Tower, we have the Hermit. Wow, okay, so take a breath, right? After all that upheaval and chaos, the Hermit is basically saying, okay, time out. Time to retreat, time to go inward, time to just be, you know. The Hermit is all about introspection, solitude, and finding your own inner light. And I think, after the Tower, that's probably exactly what you need. So let's unpack this a little bit, okay? The Hermit is usually depicted as this figure, right? Standing alone on a mountaintop, holding a lantern. And it's like, what's he doing up there all by himself? Well, he's searching for something. He's searching for truth, for wisdom, for guidance, but he's not looking for it outside of himself. He's looking within. The lantern is super important. It represents the light of inner wisdom, the light of your own intuition. It's like you already have all the answers you need. You just need to take the time to listen to yourself, to connect with your inner voice, and to trust what you already know. And the mountaintop, that symbolizes a place of clarity, a place of perspective. It's like when you step away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, you can see things more clearly. You can see the bigger picture, you can understand what's truly important, and you can make better decisions for yourself. He's also got that staff, right? That staff symbolizes authority, guidance, and support. It's like you don't need anyone else to tell you what to do. You have the strength, the wisdom, and the resources to guide yourself. You are your own authority. And remember, we're talking about Aquamarine Angel energy here, about illumination and embracing vulnerability and trust. So, how does the Hermit fit into all of that? Well, I think it's about recognizing that true illumination comes from within. It's not about seeking validation or approval from others. It's about trusting your own inner light and allowing it to guide you. And vulnerability. It's like you can't truly be vulnerable with others until you're willing to be vulnerable with yourself. You need to face your own shadows, your own fears, your own insecurities, before you can truly open up to someone else. And that takes time, and it takes solitude, and it takes introspection. This card showing up now makes so much sense given what we have already. That Tower moment had to happen. That foundation had to crumble in order to make room for this period of introspection and self-discovery. It's like You can't build a new house on a shaky foundation, right? You need to clear away the rubble first, and then you need to take the time to design the house you truly want to live in. So, what does this mean for your next serious relationship? Well, it could mean a few different things, okay? Maybe it means that you're going to take a break from dating for a while. Maybe you're going to focus on yourself, on your own healing, on your own growth. Maybe you're going to use this time to really understand what you want in a relationship, what your needs are, what your boundaries are. Maybe you're going to work on becoming the best version of yourself, so that when you do meet someone, you're coming from a place of strength and self-love. Or, maybe this hermit energy is showing up within a relationship. Maybe you and your partner both need some space to process what happened during that tower moment. Maybe you need to reconnect with yourselves individually before you can reconnect with each other as a couple. Maybe you need to have some honest conversations about what you both need in order to feel safe, secure, and loved in the relationship. Maybe you need to redefine the relationship in some way, to create a new foundation that's based on trust, honesty, and mutual respect. I feel like after that tower moment, there might be some wounds that need to heal, right? There might be some feelings of hurt, anger, or betrayal that need to be processed. And the Hermit is saying that it's okay to take the time you need to heal. It's okay to step away from the situation, to create some distance, to just be with your own feelings without judgment. It's like you can't pour from an empty cup, right? You need to fill yourself up first before you can give to others. And it could also be that you are feeling a call to go inward, to explore your spirituality, to connect with something bigger than yourself. Maybe you're feeling drawn to meditation, or yoga, or spending time in nature. Maybe you're feeling a desire to learn more about yourself, to understand your purpose in life, to discover your unique gifts and talents. This is a great time to do all of those things. This is a time to nourish your soul, to connect with your intuition, and to trust that you are being guided towards your highest good. But I want to talk about the shadow side of the Hermit for a second, okay? Because, like all cards, it has a potential downside. The Hermit can sometimes be about isolation, loneliness, and avoidance. It can be about hiding from the world, shutting yourself off from others, and becoming too self-absorbed. It can be about getting stuck in your own head, overthinking things, and losing touch with reality. So, it's important to be mindful of that. This isn't about becoming a recluse, okay? It's not about cutting yourself off from everyone and everything. It's about taking intentional time for yourself, time to reflect, time to heal, time to connect with your inner wisdom. It's about creating a space where you can recharge your batteries, so that you can come back to the world feeling refreshed, renewed, and ready to connect with others in a meaningful way. The key here is intention. Are you retreating because you genuinely need time to process and heal, or are you retreating because you're afraid of getting hurt again? Are you taking time for self-reflection to gain clarity, or are you using it as an excuse to avoid difficult conversations? Those are important questions to ask yourself, okay? Because the line between healthy solitude and unhealthy isolation can be blurry. And remember the magician. You have all the tools and resources you need to navigate this hermit phase. You have the inner strength, the wisdom, and the intuition to guide yourself through this time of introspection and self-discovery. Don't forget about that. Don't let the tower shake your confidence in your own abilities. You are still the magician, even in the midst of the hermit's solitude. You still have the power to create the life you want. And what about the Two of Wands? How does that fit in here? Well, remember, the Two of Wands is about making choices, about deciding which direction you want to take. And I think the Hermit is giving you the space and the clarity you need to make those choices wisely. It's like, after the Tower, you might be feeling a little lost and confused, right? You might not know which way to turn. But the Hermit is saying, it's okay to not know. It's okay to take some time to figure things out. Just don't rush into anything before you're ready. Use this time to reevaluate your options, to clarify your goals, and to make a conscious decision about what you want to create in your life. So basically, the Hermit is a call to go inward, to connect with your inner wisdom, and to trust your own guidance. It's a time for healing, for reflection, and for self-discovery. It's a time to recharge your batteries and to prepare yourself for the next chapter of your love life. It's a time to embrace vulnerability and trust that you are being guided towards your highest good. And remember the Aquamarine angel energy throughout this, okay? You are being illuminated, your path is being illuminated, and you are safe to trust. I am so curious to see what card comes up next, because it feels like we are at a pivotal point in this reading, right? Are you going to stay in hermit mode for a while longer? Or are you going to start to emerge from your cave and reconnect with the world? Okay. So where are we going next? Oh my gosh, we have the Four of Swords. Okay, so this is like super interesting in the context of everything we've already seen. The Four of Swords. Okay, so like this is definitely continuing that hermit energy, right? Like it's not a huge surprise after pulling the hermit, but it's adding a new layer. Okay, so the Four of Swords is generally about rest, recuperation, and stillness, right? It's like taking a break, stepping back from the action, and just allowing yourself to recharge. You know, I'm getting such a strong image of like a sanctuary, a place of peace and quiet where you can just be yourself without any pressure or expectations. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've been through a lot. You need to take some time to rest and recover. And it's not just physical rest, it's also mental and emotional rest. It's about giving yourself permission to disconnect from the world, to turn off your phone, to avoid stressful situations, and to just focus on your own well-being. It's a time to heal, to reflect, and to prepare for what's next. So yeah, let's dig into this a little more, okay? So with the Four of Swords, like, you often see this image of a knight or a figure lying down in a tomb or a church, right? And there are swords hanging on the wall above him. It's like all the battles have been fought and now it's time to just rest. The swords represent thoughts, words, and actions, right? And in this case, they're still. They're not being used. It's a period of inactivity. You're not actively fighting or striving or doing anything. You're just allowing yourself to be. It's kind of like hitting the pause button on your life, And I think after that tower moment, that's so important. Because the tower can be so jarring and disorienting, right? It can leave you feeling like you've been through a whirlwind. So the Four of Swords is giving you permission to just stop, to catch your breath, and to regroup. And I think this is a really good sign, actually, because it means you're not being forced to rush into anything before you're ready. The universe is giving you the time and space you need to heal and to make conscious choices about your future. Okay, so like, how does this connect to the Aquamarine angel energy, right? This reading theme of embracing vulnerability and trust. Well, I think it's about trusting the process. It's about trusting that it's okay to take a break, that it's okay to not be constantly striving or achieving. It's about being vulnerable enough to admit that you need rest, that you need time to heal, and that you don't have to do it all on your own. It's about embracing that vulnerability and trusting that the universe will support you during this time of rest and recuperation. It also could be about, like, forgiving yourself, Maybe you're feeling guilty about something that happened during that tower moment, or maybe you're feeling like you should have handled things differently. The Four of Swords is saying, let it go. Forgive yourself. You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. Now it's time to release those feelings of guilt and regret and to move forward with a clean slate. Like, that Aquamarine angel is there to illuminate your path to forgiveness, okay? And I think sometimes we're so afraid of stillness, right? We're so afraid of being alone with our thoughts. We're so afraid of not being productive. We feel like we always have to be doing something, achieving something, striving for something. But the Four of Swords is saying that stillness can be incredibly powerful. It can be a source of healing, of clarity, and of inspiration. It's like when you quiet your mind, you create space for new ideas to come in. You create space for your intuition to speak to you. You create space for the universe to guide you. So embrace the stillness, okay? Don't be afraid of it. Okay, so like, let's think about this in terms of your next serious relationship, right? That's what this reading is all about. How does this Four of Swords energy play into that? Well, I think it could mean that you're not going to be actively looking for a relationship right now. You're not going to be swiping on dating apps or going out to bars, or trying to force anything to happen. You're going to be focusing on yourself, on your own healing, and on your own growth. You're trusting that when the time is right, the right person will come into your life. Or, it could also mean that you're currently in a relationship, but you're taking a step back from it for a while. Maybe you and your partner are agreeing to have some space to work on yourselves individually before you come back together as a couple. Maybe you're going to try couples therapy, or maybe you're just going to spend less time together for a while. Whatever it is, it's about creating some distance so that you can both heal and grow. It's not necessarily the end of the relationship, but it is a pause. I think, whatever the scenario is, the key here is to be honest with yourself and with your partner about what you need. Don't be afraid to ask for space, to set boundaries, or to communicate your needs clearly. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable, to share your feelings, and to trust that you can get through this together. Remember, this whole reading is about embracing vulnerability and trust, okay? The Aquamarine Angel is really emphasizing that point. Now, let's connect this to the previous cards, okay? We've got the Magician, the Two of Wands, the Tower, and the Hermit. So, the Magician is all about potential and having everything you need, right? And even though you're in this Four of Swords energy of rest and recuperation, that doesn't mean that you've lost your magic. You still have all the tools and resources you need to create the life you want. You're just taking a break from actively using them for a while. Think of it like this. You're a runner, and you've just finished a marathon, right? You're exhausted, your muscles are sore, and you need to rest. But that doesn't mean you're no longer a runner. It just means you need to take some time to recover before you start training for your next race. You still have all the skills and abilities you need to be a great runner. You just need to give yourself time to heal. And I think that's really important to remember, okay? Don't let this Four of Swords energy make you feel like you're not capable of creating the love life you want. You are. You just need to be patient and trust the process. And what about the Two of Wands, right? That's about choices and decisions. Well, I think this Four of Swords energy is giving you the space and clarity you need to make those choices wisely. It's like you're not being forced to rush into anything before you're ready. You're taking the time to assess your options, to clarify your goals, and to make a conscious decision about what you want to create in your life. You're using this time to really understand what you want in a relationship, what your needs are, what your boundaries are. So, when you do eventually emerge from this Four of Swords energy, you're going to be much more clear about what you're looking for, and you're going to be much more confident in your ability to attract it. You're not going to be settling for less than you deserve, and you're not going to be afraid to stand up for your needs. And that's huge, okay? That's a really powerful place to be. And of course, there's the Tower, which is still probably looming large, right? The Tower was all about sudden upheaval and unexpected change. And I think the Four of Swords is helping you to process that change, to make sense of it, and to integrate it into your life. It's like you're taking the time to rebuild after the storm. You're assessing the damage, you're clearing away the rubble, and you're laying the foundation for something new and better. It's not going to be easy, but it is possible. And this time of rest and recuperation is essential for that process. It's like after a forest fire, right? Everything looks destroyed and barren. But underneath the surface, new life is already beginning to emerge. The fire has cleared away the old growth, making way for new plants and trees to grow. And in time, the forest will be even more vibrant and beautiful than it was before. That's what's happening for you right now. The Tower has cleared away the old, and the Four of Swords is giving you the time and space you need to rebuild. And then we had the Hermit before this. The Hermit and Four of Swords are definitely echoing each other, right? The Hermit is about introspection and solitude, and the Four of Swords is about rest and recuperation. So it's like you're being called to go even deeper within yourself, to connect with your inner wisdom, and to trust your own guidance. This is a time for deep healing, for profound self-discovery, and for preparing yourself for the next chapter of your life. It's like the Hermit has found a comfy cave to truly rest, Now, I know this might not be what you wanted to hear, right? You might be hopping for a card that's all about love and romance and exciting new beginnings. But I think this Four of Swords energy is actually a gift. It's a gift of time, of space, and of healing. It's an opportunity to slow down, to reconnect with yourself, and to prepare yourself for a relationship that's truly fulfilling. So don't resist it, okay? Embrace it. Trust that the universe is guiding you towards your highest good. And remember the Aquamarine angel. You are being illuminated, you are being supported, and you are worthy of love. This pause is part of your path, and you are safe to trust that. It's like, maybe this is a good time to just really lean into some self-care, you know. Take some long baths, read some good books, spend time in nature, do whatever makes you feel good. Now I'm super curious to see what card comes up next, because it's going to tell us whether you're going to stay in this Four of Swords energy for a while longer, or whether you're going to start to emerge from it and reconnect with the world. Are you going to stay in that cave, or are you going to start to explore outside? I have no idea, but I'm so excited to find out. I am really getting the sense that the next card is going to be the turning point, you know. Like, it's going to be the moment when you decide to either stay in this period of rest and reflection, or to start moving forward towards your next relationship. I can't wait. Okay, let's do it. Oh my God. After all that talk about rest and stillness, we get the Ten of Swords. I know it looks scary, right? 10 swords in the back. It looks like total and utter defeat. It looks like the end of everything. But friend, don't panic, okay? Don't freak out. Because even though the Ten of Swords can be intense, it's not always as bad as it seems. Okay, so take a deep breath. Let's unpack this, all right? Okay, so like, the Ten of Swords is generally about endings, right? It's about hitting rock bottom. It's about feeling like you've been completely defeated, like there's no way out. It's about betrayal, loss, and feeling like everything you've worked for has been destroyed. And yeah, on the surface, it looks pretty bleak. But here's the thing. Endings are necessary for new beginnings. Sometimes, you have to let go of what's no longer serving you in order to make space for something better. Sometimes, you have to hit rock bottom in order to build yourself back up stronger than ever. Think of it like this. You're a phoenix, right? And you have to burn to ashes before you can rise again. The Ten of Swords is that burning. It's the painful but necessary process of letting go of the old so that you can create something new. The Ten of Swords is also about cycles, right? Everything in life is cyclical. There are ups and downs, beginnings and endings, periods of growth and periods of rest. And the Ten of Swords represents the end of a cycle. It's like you've reached the end of a chapter in your life, and now it's time to start a new one. And yeah, endings can be scary, but they're also exciting. They're an opportunity to learn from your mistakes, to grow as a person, and to create a life that's more aligned with your true desires. You know, it's like, when you finish a book, you might feel a little sad that it's over, but you're also excited to start reading a new one. The Ten of Swords is like finishing a book. It's time to close the cover on the old chapter and start writing a new one. This is a rebirth. I think with this Aquamarine angel energy, it is illuminating the opportunity for rebirth. Okay, so like, how does this connect to all the other cards we've pulled, right? We've got the Magician, the Two of Wands, the Tower, the Hermit, and the Four of Swords. How does the Ten of Swords fit into this whole story? Well, let's start with the Magician, right? That was all about potential and having everything you need to create what you want. And even though the Ten of Swords looks like the end of everything, it doesn't negate that potential. You still have all the tools and resources you need to create the life you want. You're just being called to use them in a new way. It's like you're a chef and you've just had a kitchen fire, right? Your kitchen is a mess, some of your equipment is damaged, and you're feeling discouraged. But you're still a chef. You still have the skills and knowledge to create amazing dishes. You just need to clean up the mess, repair your equipment, and start cooking again. The Ten of Swords is the kitchen fire, and the Magician is your inner chef. Don't forget about your inner chef, okay? And what about the Two of Wands, right? That was all about choices and decisions. Well, the Ten of Swords is forcing you to make a choice. Are you going to let this ending define you, or are you going to use it as an opportunity to create something new? Are you going to stay stuck in the past, or are you going to move forward towards a brighter future? The choice is yours. And the Two of Wands is reminding you that you have the power to choose your own destiny. you're not a victim of circumstance. You're the author of your own story, and you get to decide how this chapter ends. And then there's the Tower, right? That was all about sudden upheaval and unexpected change. Well, the Ten of Swords is like the aftermath of the Tower. It's the moment when the dust settles and you're left to pick up the pieces. It's the moment when you realize that everything has changed and that you can never go back to the way things were. But here's the thing. The Tower, as scary as it was necessary. It cleared away the old structures and beliefs that were holding you back. And the Ten of Swords is giving you the opportunity to build something new and better in their place. It's like you've just gone through a major renovation, right? Your house is a mess, there's dust everywhere, and you're feeling overwhelmed. But you know that when it's all done, your house is going to be more beautiful and functional than ever before. The Ten of Swords is the mess, and the renovation is your life. Trust the process, okay? And what about the Hermit and the Four of Swords, right? All that talk about rest and introspection. Well, the Ten of Swords might actually be what forces you into that hermit mode, even if you were resisting it before. Maybe you thought you could just take a little break, a little vacation from life, but the Ten of Swords is like, nope, time to really go within. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you need to go into that cave and you need to really think about things. It's like you were planning a weekend getaway, but now you're being called to a silent retreat. It's more intense, but it's also more transformative. So basically, the Ten of Swords is forcing you to confront your deepest fears and insecurities. It's forcing you to let go of what's no longer serving you. And it's forcing you to embrace vulnerability and trust that you are being guided towards your highest good. It's so connected to that Aquamarine angel theme. It's like, you can't truly embrace vulnerability until you've been completely broken open, right? You can't truly trust until you've been through the fire. The Ten of Swords is that fire. It's painful, but it's also purifying. Now I want to talk about the shadow side of the Ten of Swords for a second, okay? Because, like all cards, it has a potential downside. The Ten of Swords can sometimes be about self-pity, victimhood, and a refusal to move on. It can be about getting stuck in the past, dwelling on your mistakes, and feeling like you're never going to be happy again. It can be about letting the pain consume you and prevent you from creating a better future. So, it's important to be mindful of that. This isn't about wallowing in your misery, okay? It's not about giving up on yourself or on your dreams. It's about acknowledging the pain, processing it, and then using it as fuel to create a better future. It's about turning your wounds into wisdom. The point is to not stay down forever. So, what can you do with this information, right? How can you use this Ten of Swords energy to your advantage? Well, first of all, acknowledge the pain. Don't try to pretend that everything is okay when it's not. Allow yourself to feel the sadness, the anger, the disappointment, whatever it is. But don't let those feelings consume you. Set a timer for 5 minutes, cry it out, and let it pass. Then, identify what needs to be released. What are you holding on to that's no longer serving you? What beliefs, patterns, or relationships are holding you back? Make a list of everything you need to let go of, and then start taking steps to release those things. This could involve ending a relationship, quitting a job, changing your mindset, or setting new boundaries. I know it's scary, but it's necessary. Next, focus on self-care. This is a time to nurture yourself, to connect with your inner wisdom, and to remind yourself of your worth. Do things that make you feel good, whether it's taking a bath, reading a book, spending time in nature, or talking to a friend. Remember that you are loved, you are supported, and you are capable of creating a beautiful life for yourself. You really need to lean into that Aquamarine angel energy, okay? It's about the self-love that comes with illumination. Okay, so how does all of this relate to your next serious relationship, right? That's what this reading is all about. Well, the Ten of Swords could mean that you're going through a breakup or the end of a significant relationship. It could mean that you're feeling heartbroken and betrayed. But here's the thing. This ending is making space for a new beginning. It's clearing the way for a relationship that's more aligned with your true desires. It's like you're breaking up with someone who wasn't right for you, and now you're free to find someone who is, Or it could be more internal. and you need to let go of old patterns or beliefs about relationships. Maybe you're realizing that you've been settling for less than you deserve, or that you've been repeating the same mistakes over and over again. The Ten of Swords is giving you the opportunity to break those patterns and to create a healthier, more fulfilling relationship in the future. Basically, the Ten of Swords is a powerful card of transformation. It's a call to let go of the old, embrace the new, and trust that you are being guided towards your highest good. It's not easy, but it is possible. And remember, you are not alone. The universe is supporting you, the Aquamarine angel is guiding you, and I'm here cheering you on every step of the way. I am so beyond curious about what card is coming next. This feels like such a major turning point, right? Are you going to stay in this Ten of Swords energy, or are you going to start to rise from the ashes? Is this really the end, or is it just the beginning of something amazing? Oh, I can't wait to see what's next, okay? This is intense. Okay, so after all of that, oh my gosh, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so listen, after the Ten of Swords, this is good, okay? This is actually really, really good. Because yes, the Ten of Swords can feel like the absolute end, like the worst thing ever, but the Wheel of Fortune. This is all about things turning around, you know. It's about cycles, destiny, and good luck coming your way. It's like after hitting rock bottom, the only way to go is up, right? So let's unpack this, okay? Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune, it's like literally a wheel, right? And it's constantly turning. And that means that nothing stays the same forever. Bad times don't last, and good times don't last either. Everything is always in flux, always changing. And I think that's such an important message to hear right now, especially after the Ten of Swords. Because it's so easy to get stuck in that feeling of despair, to feel like things will never get better. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying, hey, hold on. Things are about to change. You're about to catch a break. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've been through a tough time, but now it's your turn for some good luck. And, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is also about destiny, right? It's about the idea that there are forces at play that are beyond your control. It's about trusting that the universe has a plan for you, even when you can't see it. And I think that's also a really important message to hear right now. Because after the Ten of Swords, you might be feeling like you have no control over your life, like everything is just happening to you. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying, hey, you're not alone. There are forces working in your favor. Trust that you're being guided towards your highest good. Now you often see these symbols on the wheel, right? Like an angel, an eagle, a lion, and a bull. And these represent the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac: Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. And they're all about stability, strength, and determination. It's like even though the wheel is constantly turning, these signs are holding it in place, grounding it, giving it a sense of balance. And I think that's a reminder that even in the midst of change, you can still find your center. You can still find your strength. You can still hold on to your values. The wheel is turning, and the fixed signs are teaching us how to stay grounded. With all that Aquamarine angel energy, trust is a huge theme here. Trusting that change is coming. Trusting that you are ready for the change. Okay, so how does this connect to all the other cards we've pulled, right? We've got the Magician, the 2 of Wands, the Tower, the Hermit, the 4 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords. How does the Wheel of Fortune fit into this whole story? Well, let's go back to the Magician, right? That was all about potential and having everything you need to create what you want. And the Wheel of Fortune is saying that now is the time to use that potential. Now is the time to manifest your desires. The wheel is turning in your favor, so take advantage of it. It's like you're a painter, and you've got all your brushes and paints and canvases, right? And the Wheel of Fortune is saying, okay, the inspiration is flowing. Now is the time to create your masterpiece. Don't let that magician energy go to waste. And what about the 2 of Wands, right? That was all about choices and decisions. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is saying that the choices you make right now are going to have a big impact on your future. So choose wisely. Choose in alignment with your highest good. It's like you're at a crossroads and the Wheel of Fortune is saying, okay, pay attention to the signs. Which path is calling to you? Which path feels like it's leading you towards your destiny? trust your intuition, and make a conscious decision about which way to go. You know, and then there's the Tower, right? That was all about sudden upheaval and unexpected change. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is saying that the changes that happened during the Tower were necessary for your growth. They were part of your destiny. It's like you've just gone through a major earthquake, right? Your house is a mess, things are broken, and you're feeling shaken. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying, okay, the earthquake cleared away the old foundations. Now you have the opportunity to build something stronger and more beautiful than ever before. The Aquamarine angel is showing that brighter future. And the Hermit and the Four of Swords, all about rest and introspection. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is saying that your time of rest is coming to an end. It's time to emerge from your cave and start engaging with the world again. But you're not the same person you were before. You're wiser, stronger, and more aligned with your true self. It's like you've been hibernating all winter and now it's spring. The flowers are blooming, the birds are singing, and it's time to come out and play. And of course, the Ten of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune is direct response. Okay, so what does all of this mean for your next serious relationship, right? That's what this reading is all about. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is saying that things are about to change in your love life. You might meet someone new, or an existing relationship might take a turn for the better. But here's the thing. You can't just sit back and wait for it to happen. You have to be proactive. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be open to new possibilities. It's like the universe is opening doors for you, but you have to walk through them. You're ready, says that Aquamarine angel. So, what can you do to make the most of this Wheel of Fortune energy? First of all, be open to new experiences. Say yes to opportunities that come your way, even if they seem scary or unfamiliar. Go to that party, try that new hobby, strike up a conversation with that cute stranger. You never know where it might lead. And let go of your expectations. Don't try to control everything or force things to happen. Just trust that the universe knows what it's doing. Be patient, be flexible, and be willing to go with the flow. The wheel is turning in your favor, but you have to be willing to ride it. Also, focus on gratitude. Take some time each day to appreciate the good things in your life, no matter how small they may seem. This will help you attract even more good things into your life. It's like the universe is a mirror, right? What you put out is what you get back. So focus on the positive, and you'll attract more positivity into your life. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is all about change, destiny, and good luck. It's about things turning around after a tough time. It's about trusting that the universe has a plan for you. And it's about being proactive and open to new experiences. But it's also a reminder that nothing lasts forever. So enjoy the good times while they're here and be prepared for the wheel to turn again. And remember that even in the midst of change, you can still find your center. You can still find your strength. You can still hold on to your values. This card is like a breath of fresh air, right? After all that intensity, we've got something good. It is like a huge sign of hope. I think with all that Ten of Swords energy, you needed to see a bit of light. It's like, yeah, things might have been bad, but they are turning around. You are coming out of the dark. But I also really feel like this is a moment to embrace the unknown. Because the Wheel of Fortune, it's unpredictable, right? You don't know what's going to happen next. But that's also what makes it exciting. That's what makes it an adventure. So try to let go of your need for control and just see where the universe takes you. Trust that you're being guided towards your highest good, even if you can't see the path ahead. And remember that you're strong, you're resilient, and you're capable of handling anything that comes your way. That Aquamarine angel is there to help you trust the journey. Okay, I am beyond excited to see what card comes up next, because this is such a turning point. Are things really going to start looking up, or is there another twist in the road? Are you going to meet someone amazing, or are you going to focus on yourself for a while longer? Is it really all good from here on out? Oh, I can't wait to see, okay? Let's do it. This is so good. Okay, so wow, right? What a ride. From the very beginning, with the Magician, you had all the tools, all the potential, everything you needed within you. It was all about recognizing that, about owning your power and knowing that you deserve the best. Then came the Two of Wands, and that was about choice, about consciously deciding which path you want to take. You know, it's not just drifting along, it's actively creating the life you want. And then, bam, the Tower. I know, scary, right? But it was necessary. It was about breaking down the old structures, the things that weren't serving you anymore, to make way for something new and better. It was a clearing, even if it didn't feel like it at the time. And after that, the Hermit and the Four of Swords, that was all about going inward, about taking time for yourself, for rest, for healing, for really connecting with your inner wisdom. It was about recharging your batteries and preparing yourself for what's next. And then, the Ten of Swords, which felt like the absolute end, right? Like hitting rock bottom. But even that was part of the process. It was about letting go of what was no longer serving you, about facing your deepest fears, and about making space for a new beginning. And now, finally, we've arrived at the Wheel of Fortune, which is like the universe saying, okay, you've been through it. Now it's your turn for some good luck. It's about things turning around, about destiny, and about embracing the changes that are coming your way. You know, and the amazing thing is, all of these cards, even the tough ones, they all connect to that core theme of embracing vulnerability and trust. Because it's like, you can't truly be vulnerable until you've been through the fire, right? You can't truly trust until you've let go of control. It's like the universe is testing you, pushing you, challenging you, but ultimately it's guiding you towards your highest good. And the Aquamarine angel is there, illuminating the path, helping you trust the process, reminding you that you are worthy of love and happiness. So, what does this all mean for your next serious relationship? Well, the Wheel of Fortune is telling you that things are about to change. You might meet someone new, or an existing relationship might deepen. But it's not just going to happen magically. You have to be proactive. You have to be open to new possibilities. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to take a chance. I think, one of the most important things you can do right now is to really focus on self-love. To really appreciate yourself, to recognize your own worth, and to treat yourself with kindness and compassion. Because you can't attract a healthy, loving relationship until you love yourself first. You know. And that means setting boundaries, saying no to things that don't feel good, and prioritizing your own well-being. It means honoring your needs and trusting your intuition. And it means forgiving yourself for past mistakes and moving forward with a clean slate. And then, when you do meet someone, be honest, be open, be vulnerable. Communicate your needs clearly, but also be willing to listen to theirs. Be willing to compromise, but don't sacrifice your own values. Be willing to be yourself, authentically and unapologetically. It is so important to be you. And remember, relationships aren't always easy. There will be challenges, there will be disagreements, there will be times when you feel like giving up. But if you're both committed to making it work, if you're both willing to be vulnerable and honest, you can get through anything. And you can create a relationship that's truly fulfilling, a relationship that's based on love, trust, and mutual respect. It all comes back to trust. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Trust that you deserve the best. So how do you harness this Wheel of Fortune energy? How do you make the most of this positive shift? Well, like I said, be open to new experiences. Say yes to opportunities that come your way. Step outside of your comfort zone. Try something new. You never know where it might lead. It could be the start of something amazing. And let go of your expectations. Don't try to control everything. Don't try to force things to happen. Just trust that the universe has a plan for you. Be patient, be flexible, and be willing to go with the flow. Be willing to surrender. Practice gratitude. Take time each day to appreciate the good things in your life, no matter how small they may seem. This will help you attract even more good things into your life. It's like the more you appreciate what you have, the more you'll receive. Visualize your ideal relationship. What does it look like? How does it feel? What qualities are you looking for in a partner? The more clear you are about what you want, the more likely you are to attract it. Take inspired action. Don't just sit around waiting for things to happen. Get out there and create your own luck. Join a dating app, go to a singles event, take a class, volunteer, do something that puts you in contact with new people. You never know where you might meet your next serious relationship. Or, focus on your passions. Sometimes the best way to attract love is to just be yourself, doing what you love. So basically, the Wheel of Fortune is a sign that things are turning around, that good luck is on its way, and that you are being guided towards your highest good. But it's also a reminder that you have to take action. You have to be open to new possibilities, and you have to trust the process. With that Aquamarine angel looking over you, you know that trust is possible. I know it's been a long journey to even get to this point, but seriously, celebrate how far you've come. And remember, this isn't just about finding a relationship. It's about creating a life you love, a life that's authentic, fulfilling, and aligned with your values. And when you do that, the right relationship will find you. So go out there and shine your light. Embrace your vulnerability, trust your intuition, and know that you are worthy of love and happiness. The universe has your back, the Aquamarine angel is guiding you, and I'm here cheering you on every step of the way. Seriously, you've got this. This is going to be amazing. I just know it. All right, my friend, let's dive into this reading about your next serious relationship, okay? You picked the Carnelian Tower, which is all about centering yourself, and the theme here is building a foundation of passion. So this is going to be good. This is going to be juicy. With this crystal and this theme in mind, let's look at these cards, because wow, they're really telling a story. We have the Hierophant, the Eight of Cups, and the Chariot. Okay, so first, the Hierophant. When I see this card, the first thing that comes to mind is tradition, established institutions, doing things the right way, following the rules, all that jazz. It can represent societal expectations, religious beliefs, or even just the way you were raised to think about relationships. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, right? It can provide a sense of stability and structure, but in the context of a love reading, and especially with that Carnelian energy of passion, it could be showing that you've been feeling a little, maybe a little confined by these expectations. Like you've been trying to fit into a mold that doesn't quite fit, Maybe you've been looking for validation from external sources, like your family or your friends, instead of really tuning into what you want and what you need in a relationship. Are you nodding? Are you feeling this? Because, okay, let me tell you, it's so common, especially when we're talking about serious relationships, right? There's this pressure to settle down, to find someone who ticks all the boxes, someone who looks good on paper. But, and this is a big but, what if what you truly desire is something totally different from what society tells you that you should want? Think about it. Have you ever found yourself dating someone because they seemed like a good match, according to everyone else, even though you weren't really feeling that spark, that fire? Or maybe you've stayed in a relationship longer than you should have because you were afraid of what people would think if you broke up. The Hierophant is asking you to examine those beliefs, those structures that you've built around yourself, and to question whether they're truly serving you. And, this card can also represent seeking guidance from a mentor or a spiritual advisor, someone who can help you navigate these tricky waters of love and relationships. But the key here is to make sure that you're not just blindly following someone else's advice, okay? You need to integrate that wisdom with your own intuition, your own inner knowing. Because ultimately, you are the only one who knows what's truly right for you. The Hierophant can also indicate that you've been feeling stuck in a particular role, like the good girl or the responsible one, and that you're ready to break free from those limitations. You are craving authenticity. You are craving something real. You're craving something that aligns with your true self. It's like you've been playing a part for so long that you've forgotten who you really are underneath all those layers of expectations, and you're starting to feel this yearning, this pull towards something more aligned with your soul's purpose, especially in love. Now, here comes the juicy part, okay? Because we have the Eight of Cups right after the Hierophant. Oh, this is where things get really interesting. The Eight of Cups is all about walking away. It's about leaving behind something that no longer serves you, even if it's comfortable, even if it's familiar. It's about recognizing that you've outgrown a situation, a relationship, a belief system, and having the courage to turn your back on it and walk towards something new, something more fulfilling. This card often depicts a figure walking away from 8 cups, which represent emotions, experiences, and attachments. They're leaving these cups behind, not because they're necessarily bad, but because they're no longer contributing to their growth, their happiness, or their overall well-being. They are seeking something deeper, something more meaningful. This is so your energy right now. So in the context of your love life, this could mean that you're realizing that a current relationship, or even a pattern of relationships, is no longer working for you. Maybe you've been trying to make it work, trying to fix things, trying to compromise, but deep down you know that it's just not the right fit. And the 8 of Cups is saying, okay, it's time to let go. It's time to walk away. It's time to release what's holding you back from finding true love and happiness. And this isn't always easy, right? Walking away can be scary. It can be painful. It can bring up feelings of guilt or sadness or even fear of the unknown. But the 8 of Cups is reminding you that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to choose yourself, to choose your own well-being, even if it means disappointing others or stepping outside of your comfort zone. And that Carnelian energy, oh, it's giving you the strength, the courage, the passion to actually do it. Maybe you've been clinging to a relationship because you're afraid of being alone, or because you don't want to hurt the other person, or because you're worried about what people will think. But the 8 of Cups is saying that you deserve to be with someone who truly sees you, who truly loves you, who truly supports you, and that you're not going to find that person if you're stuck in a situation that's draining your energy and preventing you from growing. This is such a powerful message for you right now. You have no idea. It can also represent walking away from a particular mindset or belief system that's been holding you back from finding love. Maybe you've been telling yourself that you're not worthy of love, or that all the good ones are taken, or that you're just not meant to be in a relationship. The 8 of Cups is encouraging you to challenge those limiting beliefs and to open yourself up to the possibility of finding true love. This card is about trusting that there's something better out there for you, even if you can't see it yet. It's about having faith that the universe has your back and that it's guiding you towards the right path, even if that path seems uncertain or scary at times. I'm telling you, you're so supported right now. I feel that so strongly. And the beauty of the 8 of Cups is that it's not just about walking away from something, it's also about walking towards something. It's about embarking on a journey of self-discovery, of exploring your own needs and desires, and of creating a life that's truly aligned with your soul's purpose. It's about saying yes to new experiences, new opportunities, and new connections. Okay, are you ready for this? Because we have the Chariot next, and oh my gosh, this is where the magic really happens, right? The Chariot is all about willpower, determination, and forward momentum. It's about taking control of your life and driving towards your goals with confidence and focus. It's about harnessing your inner strength and overcoming any obstacles that stand in your way. This is your energy after you walk away, after you release those old patterns, and I am so here for it. This card often depicts a figure in a chariot, pulled by 2 powerful creatures, representing opposing forces that need to be balanced and directed. It's about mastering your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions, and aligning them with your higher purpose. It's about taking responsibility for your own destiny and creating the life that you truly desire. So, in the context of your love life, the Chariot is showing that after you've walked away from what's no longer serving you, you're going to be filled with this incredible sense of empowerment and determination to create the love life that you've always dreamed of. You're going to be clear about what you want, what you need, and what you're not willing to tolerate in a relationship. You're going to be proactive in pursuing your goals, whether that means putting yourself out there and meeting new people, or working on yourself and becoming the best version of yourself. You're not going to sit around and wait for love to find you. You're going to go out there and create it, with that Carnelian fire burning bright. Yes. This card is about taking the reins of your own life and steering it in the direction that you want to go. It's about trusting your intuition, your instincts, and your inner guidance, and making decisions that are aligned with your values and your desires. You're not going to let fear or doubt hold you back. You're going to push through any challenges that come your way, knowing that you have the strength and the resilience to overcome anything. The Chariot can also represent a journey, a trip, or a change of scenery that could lead to new romantic opportunities. Maybe you'll meet someone special while you're traveling, or maybe you'll decide to move to a new city or country and find love there. It's about being open to new experiences and new possibilities, and trusting that the universe is conspiring to bring you the love that you deserve. This card is about embracing your independence, your confidence, and your inner power. It's about knowing that you are worthy of love, that you are capable of creating a fulfilling and passionate relationship, and that you have the strength to overcome any obstacles that stand in your way. You are so ready for this, I can feel it. And the combination of these three cards, the Hierophant, the Eight of Cups, and the Chariot, it's just so powerful, so transformative. It's showing that you're on a journey of self-discovery, of breaking free from limiting beliefs and outdated structures, and of creating a love life that's truly aligned with your soul's purpose. You're shedding the old, embracing the new, and stepping into your power as a confident, independent, and passionate individual. You are ready to take control of your life, to steer your own chariot, and to create a love life that's filled with joy, fulfillment, and deep connection. And with that Carnelian energy fueling your fire, I have no doubt that you're going to attract the perfect partner who will support you, love you, and cherish you for exactly who you are. Oh, this is so exciting. I can't wait to see what happens next, seriously. We need more cards. Okay. So the Page of Cups. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. After all that intense energy of the Chariot, taking control and moving forward, we have this gentle, beautiful energy of the Page of Cups. Okay, so in general, the Page of Cups is all about new beginnings, but in a really emotional, intuitive way, you know. It's this fresh, innocent energy that's just bubbling up from within. It's not about doing necessarily, it's more about feeling and dreaming. You know what I mean. It's that moment when you first start to fall for someone, and you're just filled with all these butterflies and hopes and dreams, and you're just completely open to whatever might happen, you know. It's such a beautiful, vulnerable place to be. Okay, so this card often depicts a young person holding a cup with a fish popping out of it, which is so weird, right? But it's so symbolic. The cup represents your emotions, your intuition, your heart, and the fish represents this new idea, this new feeling, this new inspiration that's just surfacing from your subconscious. It's something that you didn't even know was there, but now it's making itself known, you know. And the page, being young and innocent, is totally open to receiving this new message, this new feeling, this new possibility. So in terms of your love life, and building on what we've already seen with the Hierophant, the Eight of Cups, and the Chariot, this Page of Cups is showing that after you've broken free from those old patterns and expectations, and after you've taken control of your life and you're moving forward with confidence, you're now entering this new phase of emotional openness and receptivity, you know. You're ready to receive love in a whole new way. Maybe you're meeting someone new, someone who really speaks to your heart and soul, someone who makes you feel seen and understood in a way that you've never felt before, you know. Or maybe it's not even about a new person. Maybe it's just about a new way of feeling about yourself and about love in general, you know. Maybe you're finally letting go of all those old limiting beliefs and opening yourself up to the possibility of true, unconditional love, you know. And that Carnelian energy, oh my gosh, it's fueling this whole process. Remember that Carnelian tower is all about centering yourself and building a foundation of passion. So this Page of Cups is igniting that initial spark of passion, that excitement and anticipation for what's to come, you know. It's saying, okay, you've done the work, you've cleared the space. Now it's time to open your heart and receive all the love that's coming your way. I'm so excited for you. So like, let's break this down a little bit more, okay? Because like, this could manifest in a few different ways, right? So like, possibility number 1, you actually meet someone new. Like, someone who is totally different from anyone you've ever dated before. Someone who like, challenges you in a good way and like, makes you see the world in a whole new light, you know? And this person, they might be younger than you, or they might just have this like, youthful, like, playful energy about them. This like, openness to experience that's like, so refreshing and like, invigorating, you know? And they're like, totally unafraid to show their emotions, to be vulnerable, to like, really connect with you on a deep level, you know? And that could be so healing for you, especially after like, walking away from those like, old, stale relationships that weren't serving you, you know? This could be like, the breath of fresh air that you've been waiting for. Or like, possibility number 2, maybe it's not about meeting someone new, but it's about like, rediscovering the passion and the excitement in your current relationship. If you're already in one, you know. Like maybe you and your partner are like, finally like, letting go of all those like, old patterns and like, opening yourselves up to like, a deeper level of intimacy and connection, you know. Like maybe you're like, trying new things together, exploring your fantasies, like, really like, reigniting that spark that's been like, dormant for a while, you know. And that could be so amazing. Like it's like, you're falling in love all over again, but this time it's like, even deeper and more meaningful because you've both like, done the work to like, get to this place, you know. Okay, but like, here's another possibility, and this is like, maybe the most important one, okay? Maybe this Page of Cups is about like, learning to love yourself more deeply, you know. Like maybe it's about like, finally like, accepting yourself for who you are, flaws and all, and like, recognizing your own worth and your own beauty, you know. Like maybe it's about like, treating yourself with the same kindness and compassion that you would treat a loved one, you know. And that is like, so crucial because like, you can't truly love someone else until you truly love yourself, right? And like, this Page of Cups is like, giving you that opportunity to like, really connect with your own heart and soul and like, discover the beauty that's within you, you know. And like, when you start to love yourself more deeply, you automatically attract people who love you for who you are, you know. Like, you stop settling for less, you stop tolerating disrespect, you stop allowing people to treat you like you're not worthy, you know. And like, that is so empowering. Like, that is true freedom. So like, whatever way this Page of Cups manifests for you, the key is to like, stay open, stay receptive, and stay true to yourself, you know. Like, don't be afraid to like, explore your emotions, to like, dream big, to like, follow your heart, you know. And trust that the universe is like, guiding you towards the love that you deserve, you know. And like, with that Carnelian energy, you have the passion, the courage, the strength to like, create the love life that you've always dreamed of, you know. Like, you're not just like, sitting around waiting for love to find you, you're like, actively creating it, you're like, building it, you're like, nurturing it, you're like, making it happen, you know. And that is so powerful. Okay, so like, what do you do with this energy, right? Like, how do you nurture this like, new beginning? How do you like, keep this spark alive? Well, I think the next card is going to give us some clues. But like, for now, I think it's important to like, just be present with your feelings, you know. Like, don't try to like, force anything. Don't try to like, rush into anything, just like, allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling, you know. And like, trust that everything is unfolding in the perfect timing, you know. And like, also, I think it's important to like, connect with your creativity, you know. Like, do something that like, makes you feel good, that like, expresses your inner self, that like, brings you joy, you know. Like, maybe it's painting, maybe it's writing, maybe it's dancing, maybe it's like, just spending time in nature, you know. Whatever it is, like, just do something that like, nourishes your soul and like, connects you with your inner child, you know. Because like, that's where that Page of Cups energy is coming from. It's coming from that like, innocent, playful part of you that's like, just waiting to be expressed, you know. Oh, this is so good, I can't wait to see what's next, seriously. We need to pull another card right now. Okay, so, oh wow, now we have the Four of Cups. This is interesting, okay. So like, after all that excitement with the Page of Cups, and like all those new possibilities, we now have this energy of like almost apathy, you know? Like the Four of Cups is often about like feeling bored, feeling disinterested, feeling like nothing is really exciting you, you know? It's like you're so focused on what's missing that you're not even seeing what's right in front of you, you know? This card often depicts someone sitting down, like with their arms crossed, and there are like 3 cups in front of them, but they're like totally ignoring them, you know? And then there's like this 4th cup being offered to them from the heavens, but they're like not even looking at it, you know? It's like they're so caught up in their own little world of like dissatisfaction that they're missing out on like all the good things that are actually available to them, you know? So like in the context of your love life, and like building on all those other cards, the Hierophant, the 8 of Cups, the Chariot, and the Page of Cups, this 4 of Cups could be showing that like after you've like broken free from those old patterns and expectations, and after you've like taken control of your life and you're like open to new beginnings, you might be like hitting a little bit of a wall, you know? Like maybe you're feeling like, okay, I've done all this work, I've put myself out there, I'm open to love, but like nothing is really happening, you know? Like maybe you're feeling like none of the people you're meeting are like really exciting you, or like maybe you're feeling like you're just not in the mood for a relationship right now, you know? And like that's okay, you know? Like it's totally normal to have moments of like doubt and like disinterest, especially after like putting in so much effort, you know? But like the 4 of Cups is like a little bit of a warning, you know? It's like saying, hey, don't get so caught up in your own head that you miss out on like something really good, you know? And that Carnelian energy, that energy of passion, might be getting a little bit dampened, you know? Like it's not gone completely, but it's like flickering a little bit, you know? Like that fire needs to be stoked, it needs to be tended to, it needs to be like rekindled, you know? So like, let's break this down a little bit more, okay? Because like, this could manifest in a few different ways, right? So like, possibility number 1, you're actually like pushing away good opportunities without even realizing it, you know? Like maybe there's someone who's like really interested in you, someone who's like kind and supportive, and like really sees you for who you are, but you're like so focused on like their flaws or like the things that you don't like about them that you're like totally dismissing them, you know? Like maybe you're like comparing them to like some ideal partner that you have in your head, and like they're not measuring up, you know? And like that's not fair, you know? Like nobody's perfect, and like you might be missing out on like a really great connection just because you're being too picky, you know? Or like possibility number 2, maybe you're just like feeling burnt out from dating, you know? Like maybe you've been on like a bunch of dates that haven't gone anywhere, and you're just like feeling discouraged and like tired of putting yourself out there, you know? And like that's totally understandable, you know? Dating can be exhausting, especially in this day and age, with all the like swiping and the like ghosting and all that stuff, you know? Like it can be really disheartening, you know? And like maybe you're just like needing a break, you know? Like maybe you're needing to like take some time for yourself to like recharge your batteries, to like reconnect with your own passions and interests, you know? And like that's totally okay, you know? Like it's important to like listen to your own needs and like not force yourself to do something that you're not feeling, you know? Okay, but like here's another possibility, and this is like maybe the most important one, okay? Maybe this 4 of Cups is about like not appreciating what you already have, you know? Like maybe you're so focused on like finding this like perfect, ideal love that you're like, not even seeing the love that's already present in your life, you know? Like maybe you have like amazing friends and family who love and support you, but you're like taking them for granted, you know? Or like maybe you have like a really fulfilling career or like a really comfortable home, but you're like not even appreciating it, you know? And like that's a really dangerous place to be, you know? Because like when you're not grateful for what you have, you're like constantly chasing after something more, something better, something that you think will make you happy, but like you're never actually satisfied, you know? And like that can lead to like a lot of unhappiness and like a lot of disappointment, you know? So like it's really important to like take a step back and like really appreciate all the good things that are already present in your life, you know. And like, that doesn't mean that you can't still want more, or that you can't still strive for something better, but it does mean that you need to like, be grateful for what you have in the present moment, you know. And like, when you start to practice gratitude, you start to attract even more good things into your life, you know. Because like, the universe responds to gratitude, you know. Like, when you're grateful for what you have, the universe is like, okay, this person appreciates what they have. I'm going to give them even more to be grateful for, you know. So like, whatever way this Four of Cups manifests for you, the key is to like, shift your perspective, you know. Like, don't get stuck in this like, negative, apathetic mindset, you know. Like, try to like, look at things from a different angle, you know. Like, try to like, focus on the positive, try to like, appreciate what you have, try to like, be open to new possibilities, you know. And like, if you're feeling burnout from dating, take a break, you know. Like, it's okay to like, step away for a little while and like, recharge your batteries, you know. But like, don't give up completely, you know. Like, don't lose hope that you'll find love, you know. Because like, love is out there, you know. And like, you deserve to find it, you know. But like, you also need to be like, open to receiving it, you know. And like, with that Carnelian energy, you have the power to like, shift your perspective, to like, reignite your passion, to like, attract love into your life, you know. Like, you just need to like, be willing to do the work, you know. You need to be willing to like, look inward, to like, challenge your own limiting beliefs, to like, open your heart to new possibilities, you know. And like, that's not always easy, you know. But like, it's worth it, you know. Because like, when you find true love, it's like the most amazing feeling in the world, you know. Okay, so like, what do you do with this energy, right? Like, how do you move past this like, apathy and like, disinterest? How do you like, rekindle that spark? Well, I think the next card is going to give us some guidance, you know. Like, I think it's going to show us like, what steps you need to take to like, shift your perspective and to like, open yourself up to love again, you know. But like, for now, I think it's important to like, be honest with yourself about how you're feeling, you know. Like, don't try to like, pretend that you're happy when you're not, you know. Like, acknowledge your feelings of like, boredom, of like, dissatisfaction, of like, whatever it is that you're feeling, you know. And like, then try to like, figure out why you're feeling that way, you know. Like, what's the root cause of your apathy, you know. And like, once you understand why you're feeling the way you're feeling, you can start to like, address the problem and to like, find a solution, you know. And like, also, I think it's important to like, be kind to yourself, you know. Like, don't beat yourself up for feeling apathetic, you know. Like, it's okay to have moments of like, doubt and like, disinterest, you know. Like, just be gentle with yourself and like, trust that you'll get through it, you know. And like, with that Carnelian energy, you have the strength and the courage to like, overcome anything, you know. Oh, this is getting so interesting. I really need to pull that last card. Okay, oh my gosh, so the last card, the Sun. Like, can you even believe it? After the Four of Cups and that like, blah feeling, we get the Sun. I'm so excited. Okay, so like, in general, the Sun is like the best card in the deck, right? It's like pure joy, pure happiness, pure positivity, pure abundance, pure everything good, you know. Like, it's about feeling radiant, feeling confident, feeling like you can conquer the world, feeling like everything is just falling into place, you know. It's that feeling of just pure, unadulterated bliss, that everything is right with the world, that you're exactly where you need to be. The Sun is like warmth, energy, vitality, success, optimism, and just feeling good. Basically like sunshine in card form, you know? Okay, so like, how does this connect to everything else we've seen so far? Like the Hierophant, the Eight of Cups, the Chariot, the Page of Cups, the Four of Cups, and now the Sun. Like, it's such a journey, right? So remember how we talked about you breaking free from those old patterns and expectations with the Hierophant and the Eight of Cups. And then you were like, taking charge of your life with the Chariot. And then you were opening yourself up to new possibilities with the Page of Cups. But then you hit that wall of apathy with the Four of Cups, right? Well, the Sun is like the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like saying, okay, you've done the hard work, you've cleared the obstacles, now it's time to shine. It's time to bask in the warmth and the joy of your own being. It's time to celebrate your success and to embrace all the good things that are coming your way. You know. It's like that feeling of finally arriving, of finally finding your place in the sun. And remember that Carnelian tower. Oh my gosh, it's all coming together. That centering and passion. The sun is like that passion fully ignited, that center fully realized. You found your core, you're burning bright. This is like the ultimate expression of that Carnelian energy, you know. It's like all that work you've done to center yourself, to find your passion, it's all paying off now, big time. You've just broken through whatever was holding you back. Like, this isn't just a little flicker of light, it's the full freaking sun. It's like a confirmation that you're on the right path, that you're making the right choices, and that everything is working out for your highest good, even when it doesn't feel like it, you know. Like, even when you're in that Four of Cups funk, the sun is still there, shining behind the clouds, waiting for you to tap into its energy. It's like a promise of happiness, a promise of fulfillment, a promise of love. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps, I'm so excited. Okay, so, like, how could this manifest in your love life specifically? Because that's what we're really trying to figure out, right? Well, like, there are so many possibilities. So, like, possibility number 1, you actually meet someone amazing. Like someone who is like your soulmate, your twin flame, your perfect match, you know. And this person, they're not just like a good partner, they're like a ray of sunshine in your life. They make you feel good, they make you laugh, they make you feel loved, they make you feel supported, they make you feel like you can be yourself completely and totally, you know. And like this relationship, it's not just like a casual fling, it's like a deep, meaningful, lasting connection that brings you so much joy and fulfillment. This is the kind of love that everyone dreams of, right? This is like the happily ever after kind of love, you know? And it's totally possible for you, especially with that sun energy shining so brightly. Or like possibility number 2, maybe it's not about meeting someone new, but it's about like transforming an existing relationship into something even more amazing. Like maybe you're already with someone who you care about, but things have been a little bit stale lately, or a little bit challenging, you know. Well, the sun is like saying that you have the power to reignite that spark, to bring the joy and the passion back into your relationship, to create a deeper level of connection and intimacy, you know. And like, this could involve like working through some issues together, or trying new things together, or just like appreciating each other more, you know. But whatever it is, the sun is like promising that you can create a relationship that is filled with happiness and love. And maybe, just maybe, this is the relationship that makes it to the altar. Now, here's possibility number 3, and this is like super important, okay? Maybe the sun is about like finding happiness and fulfillment within yourself, regardless of whether you're in a relationship or not. This is like the ultimate form of self-love, you know? It's about like recognizing that you are a whole and complete person, and that you don't need anyone else to make you happy, you know? And like, when you reach this level of self-love, you automatically attract the right kind of people into your life. People who love you for who you are and who support your growth and your happiness, you know. And like, even if you don't meet someone right away, you're still happy and fulfilled because you have yourself, you know. And that is like the most powerful thing in the world. Like seriously. And this really brings it back to that Carnelian tower, you know. Because finding that center, igniting that passion within yourself, that's where this sun energy really comes from. It's not about finding it out there, it's about bringing it out of you. It's like the sun has been inside you all along, and now it's finally ready to shine. And like, that is so empowering. Okay, so like, how do you actually embrace this sun energy, right? Like, what practical steps can you take to bring more joy and positivity into your life and to attract love? Well, first of all, start by practicing gratitude, you know? Like, take some time each day to appreciate all the good things that you have in your life, no matter how small they may seem, you know. Like, write them down in a journal, or just think about them for a few minutes each day, you know. And like, the more you focus on the good things, the more good things you'll attract, you know. It's like magic. And then, do things that make you happy. Like, pursue your passions, spend time with people who make you feel good, engage in activities that bring you joy, you know. Like, don't be afraid to be silly, to be playful, to be yourself completely and totally, you know. And like, The more you do things that make you happy, the more you'll radiate that sun energy and attract other happy people into your life. Okay, so, like, that's the sun, right? Like, pure joy and positivity. But, like, I'm still curious about, like, the specifics, you know. Like, what's the next step on this journey? Like, how do you actually make this sun energy a reality in your love life? Like, what challenges might you still face? What opportunities might be coming your way? I feel like we need one more card to really clarify things. What does all of this mean for your next serious relationship? I just can't wait to find out. Are you ready? Okay, so now, like, get this. We have the Judgment card. Judgment. Like, wow, okay, so after the sun and, like, that feeling of pure bliss and everything being amazing, we get Judgment. Like, this is huge. This is, like, a major turning point, you know? Like, this is all about, like, awakening, about rebirth, about, like, finally stepping into your true potential, you know? It's like the universe is calling you to, like, rise up and be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Okay, so, like, let's connect this to everything else we've seen, right? Because it's all connected, like that Hierophant energy of tradition, then leaving it with the Eight of Cups, and the Chariot taking charge, then the Page of Cups, new beginnings, but like, then the Four of Cups slump, right? And then bam, the sun. And now Judgment. So, like, think about it. After feeling all that joy and happiness with the sun, like, you might be thinking, okay, I've made it. I'm good, I'm set. But like, Judgment is saying, hold on, not so fast. There's still more to do. There's still more to become. It's like a wake-up call, you know? It's like the universe is nudging you and saying, hey, remember that potential that you've been ignoring. Remember those dreams that you've been putting off. Well, now's the time to act. Now's the time to step into your power. You know, it's like all that stuff you let go with the Eight of Cups, all that tradition from the Hierophant. Now it's time to really judge it, right? See what you want to resurrect and bring forward with you. And like, this isn't just about like making a few small changes. This is about like a total transformation, you know. This is about like shedding your old skin and emerging as a brand new person. It's like all those old versions of yourself are like dead and gone, and now you're being called to like create a new identity, a new life, a new future, you know. It's intense, right? So intense, like wow. And like this really connects to the Chariot, right? Because the Chariot is all about taking control and moving forward with determination, but Judgment is like taking it to the next level. It's not just about like driving your own chariot, it's about like redesigning the whole chariot, building a new one from the ground up, you know. Like you're not just like steering your life, you're like creating your life, you're like manifesting your destiny. You're taking all that fire from the Carnelian and forging your new self. So like, this Judgment card is like a call to action, you know? It's like saying, okay, you've learned a lot, you've grown a lot, now it's time to put it all into practice. It's time to make some big decisions, to take some bold steps, to really go after what you want. You know, it's like the universe is giving you a green light, saying, go for it. You've got this, I believe in you. You know, this is like a big test. Like, have you really learned the lessons the universe has been throwing at you? But like, here's the thing, right? Like, this can be scary. This can be like super intimidating. Because like, stepping into your true potential means like facing your fears, facing your insecurities, facing all those things that have been holding you back, you know? And like, that's not always easy, you know? Like, maybe you're afraid of failing, maybe you're afraid of what other people will think, maybe you're just afraid of the unknown, you know? And like, that's where that Hierophant energy can creep back in, right? Like, those old beliefs, those old expectations, those old fears, they can all start to resurface and try to hold you back from making this leap, you know? 'Cause it felt safe back there, right? But like, Judgment is saying, don't let those fears control you. Don't let those doubts hold you back. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you believe. And you are absolutely worthy of achieving your dreams. You know, it's like you have to trust that the universe has your back, that you're being guided and supported every step of the way, and that even if you stumble, even if you fall, you'll always be able to get back up and keep moving forward, you know. It's like faith, you know, having faith in yourself, having faith in the universe, having faith in the journey. And like all of this, it all comes back to that Carnelian tower, right? That centering and passion. Because in order to truly step into your potential, you have to be grounded in your own truth. You have to be connected to your own passion. You have to be authentic to yourself, you can't be living your life according to someone else's expectations. You can't be trying to be someone that you're not. You have to be true to who you are at your core, You have to be yourself, unapologetically, authentically, and completely, And when you're living from that place of authenticity, that's when you really start to shine. That's when you really start to attract the right kind of people and opportunities into your life. And that's when you really start to manifest your dreams, Okay, so, how does all of this relate to your love life specifically, right? Because that's what we're focusing on. Well, this judgment card could be indicating that you're about to experience a major turning point in your romantic life, Maybe you're about to meet someone who is totally different from anyone you've ever dated before. Someone who challenges you, inspires you, and helps you to grow into a better version of yourself, Or maybe you're about to make a big decision about an existing relationship, deciding to commit more fully, or deciding to move on, or deciding to redefine the relationship in some way, So if you're single, this judgment card could be a sign that you're finally ready to attract the right partner into your life, You've done the work, you've healed the wounds, you've learned the lessons, and now you're ready to open your heart to love, And this isn't just about finding someone who is nice or attractive. This is about finding someone who is a soulmate, someone who truly gets you, someone who supports your dreams, and someone who loves you for who you are, But if you're already in a relationship, this judgment card could be a sign that it's time to take things to the next level, Maybe it's time to get engaged, or to move in together, or to start a family, or to just deepen your commitment to each other in some way, Or on the flip side, it could be a sign that it's time to end the relationship, if it's no longer serving you, Maybe you've grown apart, or maybe you have different values, or maybe you're just not happy anymore, And it can be hard to end a relationship, even when you know it's the right thing to do. But judgment is saying that you need to be honest with yourself and with your partner, and that you need to choose what's best for your long-term happiness, even if it's painful in the short term. This is a time to be authentic, brutally authentic. And regardless of your relationship status, this judgment card is also about self-acceptance and self-love, It's about recognizing that you are worthy of love, that you are capable of creating a fulfilling and passionate relationship, and that you deserve to be happy, And this isn't just about saying nice things to yourself in the mirror. This is about doing the inner work to heal your wounds, to overcome your fears, and to develop a strong sense of self-worth, It's about challenging those limiting beliefs and replacing them with positive affirmations, It's about practicing self-compassion and treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend, What does this all mean? I feel we need another card because this is so much. What's the next step on this journey? I really can't wait to see what's coming. Are you ready to pull another one? Okay, so wow, judgment, right? After all of that, all of those twists and turns, all of those ups and downs, it all comes down to this moment of reckoning, this moment of truth, this moment of, total transformation. It's kind of scary, right? But also, incredibly exciting. Because you have the power now to really create the love life that you've always dreamed of, the love life that you truly deserve. I mean, seriously, think about the journey. From feeling stuck in those old patterns and beliefs handed down to you, right? That Hierophant energy, those traditions and expectations. And then you had the strength to walk away from what wasn't serving you anymore with the 8 of Cups. Seriously, that takes guts. I'm so proud of you. And then you grabbed the reins, you took control of your life with the Chariot. You started moving forward with purpose and determination. Then you opened yourself up to new possibilities with the Page of Cups. You started to feel that spark of excitement and anticipation, but then you hit that slump, right? That 4 of Cups energy of apathy and disinterest, we've all been there. but you didn't stay there, no. Because then the sun came out, and it was all joy and happiness and feeling amazing. And now judgment. Now you're at this point where you're being called to step into your true potential, to really embrace your destiny, to create a love life that's aligned with your soul's purpose. I mean, it's like the whole universe has been preparing you for this moment, you know. Like everything has been leading up to this. It's a lot, I know. Okay, so like, what does judgment really mean? I mean, it's more than just like a card, right? It's like a whole vibe, it's an energy. It's about like taking stock of your life, of looking back at all your experiences, both good and bad, and learning from them, you know. It's about like forgiving yourself for your mistakes, forgiving others for their mistakes, and releasing all that baggage that you've been carrying around for so long, you know. It's like clearing the slate clean so that you can start fresh and create a new future. It's about like recognizing your own worth, your own value, your own potential, and believing that you deserve to be happy, you deserve to be loved, you deserve to have everything that you desire, you know. It's about like stepping into your power and saying, okay, I'm done playing small, I'm done settling for less, I'm done living a life that's not aligned with my soul's purpose. I'm ready to create something amazing. You know, it's about like answering the call to be your best self, answering the call to live your best life. I mean, like, what if what you're being called to judge is really yourself? But like in the best way possible, right? Not judging, but seeing everything you've done and seeing that it was all perfect, that it all brought you here. This judgment card is like a permission slip to finally be you, to really be you without apology, without hesitation, without fear. And it's not just about like thinking positive thoughts or saying affirmations or anything like that. It's about like taking action, you know. It's about like making real changes in your life, about like doing things that scare you, about like pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, about like taking risks, you know. It's about like actually living the life that you've been dreaming of instead of just dreaming about it. And that's where the rubber really meets the road, right? That's where you see if that Carnelian fire is real. Now I know you're probably thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but like, how do I actually do it? How do I actually step into my true potential and create this amazing love life that I've always wanted? Right? Well, like, the first step is to get clear on what you actually want, you know? Like, what does your ideal relationship look like? What qualities are you looking for in a partner? What kind of life do you want to create together? Like, really get specific, really get detailed, really get clear on your vision. Because if you don't know what you want, how are you ever going to find it, right? It's like trying to drive to a destination without knowing where you're going, you know. You'll just end up wandering around aimlessly, wasting time and energy. Okay, and then, like, the next step is to start believing that you deserve it, you know. Like, really believe that you are worthy of love, that you are capable of creating a fulfilling and passionate relationship, that you deserve to be happy. Because if you don't believe it, no one else will, you know. It's like you have to be your own biggest cheerleader, your own biggest advocate, your own biggest fan. And remember that Four of Cups vibe? You can't let that creep back in. You can't be out here blocking all the gifts that are about to come your way. I know it's a process, but trust the journey. Then, like, the third step is to start taking action, you know. Like, put yourself out there, meet new people, try new things, explore your passions, and have fun, you know. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to be rejected. Because rejection is just part of the process, you know. It's not a reflection of your worth. It's just a sign that you're one step closer to finding the right person. I mean, think of all you walked away from with the Eight of Cups. This is about something new. And it's okay if it's scary, because growth is often uncomfortable. But like, what if you're already in a relationship? Like, what if you're already with someone and you're wondering if this judgment card means that you need to end things? Well, like, that's a tough question, and like, there's no easy answer, you know. But like, the first thing to do is to be honest with yourself, you know. Like, are you truly happy in this relationship? Are you growing together? Are you supporting each other's dreams? Are you living a life that's aligned with your soul's purpose? If the answer is no, then maybe it is time to move on, you know. But like, before you make any rash decisions, Try talking to your partner. Try working through your issues. Try seeing if you can reignite that spark. Try seeing if you can create a relationship that's fulfilling and passionate. Because sometimes, relationships just need a little bit of work, a little bit of attention, a little bit of love. But if you've tried everything and it's still not working, then it might be time to accept that this relationship has run its course and that it's time to move on to something better. It's hard, so hard, I know, but you're so strong. So whatever your situation, whatever your relationship status, whatever your dreams, just remember that you are worthy of love. You are capable of creating an amazing life, and you have the power to make your dreams a reality. You're so supported. And that Carnelian tower energy of passion and centeredness, it's all there, burning bright within you. You just have to tap into it, you just have to trust it, you just have to let it guide you. Trust the universe. Trust your heart. Trust yourself. You got this. I believe in you. Hey there, friend. Welcome to your reading. I'm so excited to dive into this with you. You chose the Hematite point, which is all about illuminating things, bringing clarity, and, cutting through the fog. And the theme of this reading is grounding expectations in reality. So basically, we're looking at your next serious relationship with a clear and practical lens. No more pee-and-thesky dreams, just real talk, okay? All right, so let's get right into these cards. Wow, okay, so the first card we have here is the Emperor. So what the heck does this mean for you? The Emperor is all about structure, authority, control, big boss energy, He's the ultimate masculine archetype. Very strong, very stable, very in charge. Think of a CEO, a general, someone who really knows how to run things and isn't afraid to make tough decisions. Now, that can be a really good thing. It means you're probably attracted to people who are confident, driven, and have their lives together. Someone who can provide stability and security. Someone who knows what they want and isn't afraid to go after it. That's hot, right? I mean, who doesn't want someone who has their stuff together? But, and this is a big BUT, there's also a shadow side to the Emperor. Sometimes, that need for control can turn into being really rigid, inflexible, even a little bit domineering. And that's where things can get a little tricky in relationships, maybe you've been with people who are so set in their ways that they're not really open to your ideas or your feelings. Or maybe they have this, my way or the highway attitude that can make you feel, kind of steamrolled, Or maybe they're just so focused on their career or their goals that they don't really have time for you. It could also mean that you have some Emperor energy in you. Think about it. Are you someone who likes to be in control? Do you have a hard time letting go and trusting others? Do you sometimes come across as a little bit bossy? No judgment here, by the way. We all have our stuff, right? But if that's the case, it might be something to look at, Because sometimes that need for control can actually push people away. It can make it hard to be vulnerable and intimate, which are, pretty important ingredients in a serious relationship. So yeah, the Emperor is a powerful card, but it's all about finding that balance. It's about being strong and confident without being rigid and controlling. It's about being a leader without being a dictator, you feel me? Now, let's see how this plays out with the next card. Okay, here we go, the Three of Swords. Ouch, this card is the universal symbol for heartbreak. It's that feeling of betrayal, of pain, of having your heart ripped open. Like three swords piercing a heart. It's not exactly subtle, is it? So, what's going on here? Well, connecting this to the Emperor, maybe that rigidness or control we were just talking about led to some hurt feelings. Maybe someone felt stifled or unheard. Maybe there was a clash of egos, a power struggle that ended up causing a lot of pain. Think about it, maybe you were with someone who was so focused on their own goals that they didn't really see you, didn't really appreciate you. Or maybe they were so controlling that you felt like you couldn't be yourself, like you had to walk on eggshells all the time. And that, my friend, can lead to some serious heartbreak. It can leave you feeling rejected, abandoned, like you're not good enough. It can make you question everything you thought you knew about love and relationships. I feel this so hard. Or, again, maybe you were the one with the Emperor energy, and maybe your need for control inadvertently hurt someone else. Maybe you pushed them away without even realizing it. Maybe you were so focused on being right that you didn't really listen to their needs. And that can be a tough pill to swallow, right? It's never fun to realize that you might have been the one who caused the pain. But honestly, it's also an opportunity for growth. It's a chance to learn from your mistakes and become a better partner in the future. The Three of Swords is a painful card, no doubt about it, but it's also a card of healing. It's a reminder that even though your heart might be broken right now, it will eventually mend. It's a sign that you're strong enough to get through this, to learn from this, and to come out on the other side even stronger. It's like you have to feel the pain to heal the pain, you know. You can't just ignore it or pretend it's not there. You have to really allow yourself to grieve, to cry, to feel all the feels. And that's okay. It's part of the process. It's what makes you human. And honestly, it's what makes you capable of loving deeply and authentically. Okay, deep breaths. Let's see what the last card has to say about all this. Alright, so the final card here is the Eight of Swords. This one feels stuck. It shows a person blindfolded and tied up, surrounded by swords. It's all about feeling trapped, limited, like you don't have any options, like you're completely stuck. Now, connecting this to the Emperor and the Three of Swords, I'm seeing a pattern here. Maybe that heartbreak from the Three of Swords, combined with the Emperor's controlling energy, has left you feeling like you're in a cage. Like you can't move forward, like you're stuck in the past. Maybe you're replaying the relationship over and over in your head, wondering what you could have done differently. Maybe you're afraid to open your heart again, afraid of getting hurt again. Maybe you're just feeling completely paralyzed by fear and doubt. The thing about the Eight of Swords, though, is that the restrictions are often self-imposed. Like, the person in the card could untie themselves and take off the blindfold. The swords aren't actually touching them. They're just feeling trapped. So, what does that mean for you? Well, it means that you have more power than you think. Even though you might feel stuck right now, you actually have the ability to change your situation. You have the ability to break free from those limiting beliefs and start moving forward again. It's like the heartbreak might have made you feel vulnerable and exposed, like you have to protect yourself at all costs. But that protection can turn into a prison if you're not careful. It can keep you from experiencing new things, meeting new people, and finding love again. Think about it. Are you telling yourself stories about why you can't find love? Are you convinced that all the good ones are taken? Are you afraid of putting yourself out there and getting rejected? Those are all just stories, my friend. They're not necessarily true. The Eight of Swords is a call to challenge those limiting beliefs, to question those stories you're telling yourself. It's a reminder that you are stronger and more capable than you think. You have the power to create the life you want, the love you want. It might not be easy, of course. It might take some time and effort to untangle yourself from those old patterns, but it's totally possible. You just have to be willing to take the first step, to remove the blindfold, and to start moving forward, even if it's just a baby step. And honestly, that's what this whole reading is about, right? It's about grounding expectations in reality. It's about seeing things clearly, without the blindfold of fear or the chains of limiting beliefs. It's about recognizing your own power and taking control of your own destiny, but in a way that's balanced and open. So, yeah, the Emperor, the Three of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. It's a heavy combination, but it's also a powerful one. It's a sign that you're ready to face your fears, to heal your heart, and to create a love life that's truly fulfilling. The next card will really shed some light on how to actually do that, so get ready. Okay, so, wow, the Knight of Wands. After all that heavy energy, this card is like a shot of espresso, you know? It's like, bam, let's go, let's do something. The Knight of Wands is all about passion, adventure, excitement, just like raw, unfiltered energy. Think of someone who's always chasing the next thrill, who's never afraid to take risks, who just lives life to the fullest, you know. So how does this fit into the picture? Well, after seeing the Emperor, the Three of Swords, and the Eight of Swords, this night feels like a breath of fresh air, honestly. Like maybe you've been feeling so trapped and controlled that this card is showing up to say, hey, wake up, there's more to life than this. I think first, we need to look at how this knight reacts to that Emperor energy. Because honestly, the Knight of Wands is like the antithesis of the Emperor, right? The Emperor is all about structure and control, and the Knight of Wands is like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go ride my horse into the sunset. So maybe this is about you needing to break free from some of that control. Maybe you've been attracting partners who are too rigid and set in their ways, and the Knight of Wands is saying, girl, you need someone who can keep up with your energy. Someone who's not afraid to be spontaneous and try new things. Or maybe this is about you needing to loosen up a little bit. Maybe you've been so focused on being in control that you've forgotten how to have fun. You know. It's like you're so busy making sure everything is perfect that you're missing out on all the good stuff. So the Knight of Wands is showing up to say, hey, it's okay to let go a little bit. It's okay to be a little bit reckless. It's okay to just follow your passions and see where they lead you. Think about it. Are you craving more adventure in your life? Are you feeling stifled by routine? Do you just want to do something completely different? If so, the Knight of Wands is your permission slip. It's saying, go for it, take that trip, start that project, say yes to that crazy idea. Okay, but here's the thing. The Knight of Wands can also be a little bit impulsive, you know, like they don't always think things through before they act, and that can sometimes lead to trouble. Which brings us back to the Three of Swords. Because, let's be real, sometimes that fiery energy can burn bridges. Sometimes that impulsiveness can lead to hurt feelings. Maybe you've been in situations where you acted without thinking, and it ended up causing pain for yourself or for others. Maybe you said something you regretted, or you made a decision that you later regretted. Or maybe you just got so caught up in the excitement of the moment that you didn't really consider the consequences. And that, my friend, can definitely lead to heartbreak. It's like you're so busy chasing the next thrill that you don't realize you're leaving a trail of broken hearts in your wake. So, the Knight of Wands here is also a warning. It's saying, yes, it's important to follow your passions, but it's also important to be mindful of your actions. It's important to think before you speak, and it's important to consider the feelings of others. It's about finding a balance between that fiery energy and that groundedness that we talked about with the Hematite, you know? It's about being passionate without being reckless. It's about being adventurous without being inconsiderate. Think about times in your life where you acted impulsively. What were the consequences? What could you have done differently? How can you learn from those experiences and make better choices in the future? It's a tough balance, right? Because you don't want to stifle your own energy, but you also don't want to hurt anyone else. So it's all about finding that middle ground, that place where you can be true to yourself without being a jerk, you know? But okay, let's get back to the positive side of this night, because there is so much positive here. Because remember that Eight of Swords? That feeling of being trapped and limited. Well, the Knight of Wands is like the ultimate escape artist. This is the energy that can break you free from those self-imposed limitations. It's the courage to take a risk, the willingness to try something new, the belief that you can create your own reality. It's like you've been feeling stuck in this cage, right? And the Knight of Wands is saying, hey, the door's open. All you have to do is walk out. It's about recognizing that you have the power to change your situation. You have the power to break free from those limiting beliefs. You have the power to create a life that's full of passion and adventure. But it requires you to take action. You can't just sit around and wait for something to happen. You have to get out there and make it happen. Think about it. What's one thing you've always wanted to do but you've been too afraid to try? What's one limiting belief that's been holding you back? What's one small step you can take today to start moving towards your dreams? The Knight of Wands is urging you to take that step. It's saying, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Just get out there and do something. It's like the universe is waiting for you to take the reins and start creating the life you want. But you have to be willing to jump in the saddle and ride. And honestly, that's what this whole reading is about, right? It's about grounding expectations in reality, but it's also about recognizing your own power and potential. It's about finding that balance between being grounded and being adventurous, between being responsible and being spontaneous. So, yeah, the Knight of Wands is a powerful card. It's a call to action, a reminder that you have the ability to create the life you want. But it's also a warning to be mindful of your actions and to consider the feelings of others. It's about finding that balance, that sweet spot where you can be true to yourself without hurting anyone else. It's such a powerful card. I'm honestly so excited for you. And the next card? Oh my gosh, the next card is going to give us some serious insight into how to actually make all of this happen, like, practically speaking. Get ready, because this is where we start to see the real path forward. Okay, deep breath, here we go. Oh my gosh, okay, the Page of Swords. So, like, what does this even mean in the context of your love life, right? So, pages in tarot, they're all about new beginnings, new information, new opportunities, like the first spark of something. And swords are all about the mind, about communication, about, like, intellectual pursuits, you know. So the Page of Swords is like a little messenger of ideas, or like the first inkling of a thought. And the thing about swords, too, is they can be kind of cutting, you know? They represent truth, but sometimes the truth hurts, right? So this page can also represent, like, a need to be honest with yourself or a need to see things clearly, even if it's not what you want to see, you know. It's like a little dose of reality. Think of it like, okay, so, you know when you have, like, this amazing idea and you're, like, so excited about it, and you're just, like, running with it, and then someone comes along and is like, hey, have you thought about, you know, X, Y, and Z? And you're like, no, I didn't. Now I have to rethink everything. That's kind of the Page of Swords energy, you know? It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can be a little bit jarring, you know? It's like a little wake-up call. So it could be a new idea about what you want in a relationship, a new perspective on past relationships, or even just like a new way of communicating with people. But the key thing is, it's new, it's fresh, it's like a little seed of something that could grow into something bigger. But you have to be open to it, you know. You have to be willing to consider new possibilities, even if they challenge your current beliefs. Now, the Page of Swords can also be a little bit defensive, you know. Because swords are all about, like, cutting through illusions and seeing things as they really are. But sometimes that can make you feel vulnerable, right? Like, you're taking off your armor and you're exposing yourself to potential hurt. So the Page of Swords can also represent a need to protect yourself, to be careful about who you trust, to not just, like, blindly believe everything you hear. It's like a little voice in your head saying, hey, maybe we should think about this before we jump in head first. You know, it's like a healthy dose of skepticism. So yeah, the Page of Swords, it's all about new ideas, new perspectives, new ways of communicating, but also about being honest with yourself and protecting yourself from potential harm. It's like a little bit of a double-edged sword, you know? Pun intended, haha. Okay, so how does this page connect to all the other cards we've pulled, right? Because that's where it gets really interesting. So we had the Emperor, the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. Like, wow, that's a lot. So first, let's think about the Emperor. The Emperor is all about control and structure, right? And the Page of Swords is all about, well, not necessarily chaos, but definitely about questioning things, about challenging the status quo, you know? So maybe this page is bringing in a new idea about how to deal with that Emperor energy. Like maybe you've been trying to control everything in your relationships, or maybe you've been attracted to people who are controlling, and the Page of Swords is like, hey, maybe there's another way to do this. Maybe you don't have to be in control all the time. Maybe you can actually trust someone else to take the lead. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you've been letting other people control you, and the Page of Swords is like, hey, wake up, you have a voice, you have a right to speak your mind. Don't let anyone push you around. It's like a little spark of rebellion, or okay, here's another thought. Maybe you've been thinking about the Emperor in a certain way, like, oh, he's so strong and stable and reliable. But the Page of Swords is like, hey, have you considered that maybe he's also a little bit rigid and inflexible and maybe not the best match for you? You know, it's like a new perspective on an old pattern. Now let's connect this to the Three of Swords. Ouch, heartbreak. So the Page of Swords could be bringing in a new way to look at that heartbreak, you know? Like, maybe you've been blaming yourself for everything, Or maybe you've been holding onto anger and resentment, and the Page of Swords is like, hey, maybe there were other factors involved. Maybe it wasn't all your fault. Maybe it's time to let go of some of that pain and start healing. It's like a little dose of compassion, you know? Or maybe it's bringing in a new understanding of what went wrong. Like, maybe you didn't really see the red flags at the time, but now, with the benefit of hindsight, you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. That's why it didn't work out. It's like a little bit of clarity. Or, oh my gosh, what if the Page of Swords is actually delivering a message from someone from your past? Like, maybe an apology or an explanation, or just a chance to finally have some closure. That could be huge, right? Okay, now let's think about the Eight of Swords. Feeling trapped, feeling limited, feeling like you don't have any options. So the Page of Swords could be bringing in a new idea about how to break free from those limitations, you know? Like, maybe you've been telling yourself that you're not good enough, or that you'll never find love, or that you're stuck in this situation forever, and the Page of Swords is like, hey, that's not true. You have so much potential. You have so much to offer. You just need to change your perspective. It's like a little dose of hope, you know? Or maybe it's bringing in a new strategy for dealing with your fears. Like, maybe you've been avoiding certain situations because you're afraid of getting hurt, and the Page of Swords is like, hey, let's break this down into smaller steps. Let's find a way to approach this that feels safe and manageable. It's like a little bit of empowerment. And then, of course, we have the Knight of Wands, all that passion and adventure and excitement. So how does the Page of Swords play into that? Well, maybe the page is bringing in a little bit of caution, you know. Like the Knight of Wands can be a little bit impulsive, a little bit reckless, and the Page of Swords is like, hey, let's just think about this for a second. Let's make sure we're not making any rash decisions. Let's make sure we're not hurting anyone in the process. It's like a little dose of responsibility, you know. Not that responsibility is a bad thing, but you know, it can definitely put a damper on the Knight of Wands style. It's like, whoa, slow down there, Speedy. But also, the Page of Swords can be really helpful for the Knight of Wands, because it can bring in new ideas and new perspectives that can actually enhance the adventure, you know. Like maybe the Knight of Wands is all about going to this one place, but the Page of Swords is like, hey, have you considered going to this other place? It's supposed to be amazing. Or maybe the Knight of Wands is all about doing things this one way, but the Page of Swords is like, hey, maybe we could try this new approach. It might be even more fun. It's like a little bit of innovation, you know? Okay, so yeah, the Page of Swords is definitely adding a new layer of complexity to this reading. It's not just about breaking free from limitations and embracing passion. It's also about being mindful, being responsible, and being open to new ideas. Okay, so what's the actual advice here, right? Like, how can you use this Page of Swords energy to improve your love life and find that serious relationship you're looking for? Well, I think the first thing is to really be honest with yourself about what you want. Like, what are your non-negotiables? What are you willing to compromise on? What are your deal breakers? And don't just go with what you think you should want, or what society tells you should want. Really dig deep and figure out what truly makes you happy and fulfilled, you know? And be willing to challenge your own beliefs. Like, maybe you've always thought that you needed to be with someone who's, like, super successful and driven, but the Page of Swords is like, hey, maybe what you really need is someone who's kind and compassionate and who makes you laugh. Or maybe you've always thought that you needed to be in a traditional monogamous relationship, but the Page of Swords is like, hey, maybe you're actually more suited for something a little bit different. Maybe you'd be happier in an open relationship or a polyamorous relationship. The point is, be open to new possibilities, even if they scare you a little bit, you know. And then, be willing to communicate those needs and desires clearly and honestly. Don't be afraid to speak your mind, even if it's not what someone else wants to hear, you know. Because, honestly, that's the only way to build a truly authentic and fulfilling relationship. And if someone can't handle your truth, then they're probably not the right person for you anyway, right? But also, be willing to listen to what other people have to say. Don't just assume that you know everything or that your way is the only way. Be open to hearing different perspectives and be willing to compromise when necessary. Because relationships are all about give and take, right? And finally, be willing to protect yourself. Don't just jump into a relationship head first without really getting to know someone. Take your time, ask questions, and pay attention to the red flags. And if something feels off, trust your gut. It's better to be safe than sorry, you know? Because heartbreak sucks and you don't want to end up in another Eight of Swords situation. So yeah, the Page of Swords is all about bringing in a little bit of clarity, a little bit of honesty, and a little bit of caution. It's about being open to new ideas and new possibilities, but also about protecting yourself from potential harm. It's about finding that balance between being adventurous and being responsible, between being passionate and being mindful. It's really about using your mind, your intelligence, to navigate the tricky world of relationships. And honestly, I think this is going to be huge for you, because it's going to help you ground those expectations in reality and create a love life that's truly fulfilling. So, get ready for this next card, because I have a feeling it's going to tie everything together. Okay, so oh my gosh, like the Chariot. After ALLL of that, can you even believe it? The Chariot is like, vroom, vroom. Getting things done, overcoming obstacles, victory. It's such a powerful card. Like seriously, so powerful. It's all about willpower, determination, and just like straight up success, Like you are in control, you are driving this thing, and you are going to get where you need to go. Like no matter what, you're gonna make it happen. It's about like harnessing all that energy and focusing it, Like think of a chariot race, right? You've got those horses, they're pulling you, but you gotta have a tight grip on the reins. You gotta know where you're going, and you gotta be able to, navigate all the twists and turns and, stay ahead of the competition. So in the context of your love life, this is like, girl, you are taking charge. You are not just sitting around waiting for love to find you. You are going out there and making it happen. You are setting your intentions, you are putting in the work, and you are, manifesting your dream relationship, But here's the thing, the Chariot isn't just about, brute force, It's not just about, pushing through everything and ignoring all the obstacles. It's also about having a plan, having a strategy, and being really smart about how you use your energy, It's about knowing when to push, when to pull back, and when to just, let things flow. It's about being adaptable, being flexible, and being willing to change course if you need to. It's not about being stubborn or rigid or my way or the highway. It's about being okay, this isn't working, let's try something else. It's about being resourceful, creative, and just really committed to your goal. Okay, so let's connect this to the Emperor, right? Because that's the first card we pulled, and that's all about control and structure and authority. So how does the Chariot play into that? Well, I think it's about taking that Emperor energy and using it in a really positive way, The Emperor can be a little bit controlling and rigid, but the Chariot is about taking control of your own life, It's about setting your own boundaries, making your own decisions, and creating your own reality. It's about being your own authority figure. You are the boss of your own love life. You are the one who gets to decide what you want and how you're going to get it. You are not waiting for someone else to come along and rescue you or tell you what to do. You are taking the reins and driving your own chariot. But here's the thing, you don't want to become a tyrannical emperor, right? You don't want to become so focused on control that you become rigid and inflexible and push people away. You want to find that balance, that sweet spot where you are in control of your own life, but you're also open to collaboration and compromise and letting other people in. It's about being strong and confident without being domineering or intimidating. You want to attract people, not scare them away. Okay, so now let's connect this to the Three of Swords, right? The Heartbreak card. Ouch, so how does the Chariot help you overcome that heartbreak? Well, I think it's about taking that pain and using it as fuel, You've been hurt, you've been betrayed, you've had your heart ripped open, but you're not going to let that stop you. you're not going to let that define you. You're going to use that experience to, learn and grow and become even stronger and more resilient. You're going to turn that pain into power. You're going to be like, okay, I've been through this, I know what it feels like, and I'm never going to let it happen again. You're going to set your boundaries, you're going to be more careful about who you trust, and you're going to, protect your heart at all costs. But here's the thing, you don't want to become, completely closed off, right? You don't want to become so afraid of getting hurt that you, build a wall around your heart and, shut everyone out. You want to be open to love, you want to be vulnerable, but you also want to be smart and careful. It's about finding that balance, that sweet spot where you're protecting yourself without, isolating yourself. You want to be a warrior with an open heart, strong and resilient, but also kind and compassionate. Okay, so now let's connect this to the Eight of Swords, right? Feeling trapped, feeling limited, feeling like you don't have any options. So, how does the Chariot help you break free from those limitations? Well, I think it's about, recognizing that you have the power to change your situation, you're not really trapped, you're not really limited, you're just telling yourself that you are. You have the ability to untie yourself, to take off the blindfold, and to start moving forward. You just have to believe in yourself, you have to have faith in your abilities, and you have to be willing to take action. You have to get up and do something. The Chariot is all about overcoming obstacles and, breaking through barriers. So if you're feeling stuck, it's time to, identify what's holding you back. What are those limiting beliefs that are keeping you trapped? And then it's time to, challenge those beliefs, question those stories, and, replace them with new, more empowering beliefs. It's reprogram your mind. You have to start telling yourself that you are good enough, that you are worthy of love, and that you can create the life you want. But it's not just about thinking positive thoughts, it's also about taking concrete action. It's about, setting goals, making plans, and, working towards them every single day. It's about breaking down those big goals into smaller, more manageable steps, and then, celebrating every single accomplishment along the way. It's about building momentum and, keeping that chariot moving forward. Okay, so now let's connect this to the Knight of Wands, right? All that passion and adventure and excitement. So, how does the Chariot channel that Knight of Wands energy in a positive way? Well, I think it's about, taking that fiery energy and focusing it on your goals, The Knight of Wands can be a little bit impulsive, a little bit reckless, but the Chariot is about, harnessing that energy and using it to drive you forward. It's about taking risks, but also being smart and strategic. It's about being adventurous, but also being responsible. So if you're feeling a surge of passion, a desire to do something new and exciting, the Chariot is saying, go for it. But think it through first, make a plan, and don't burn any bridges along the way. It's about finding that balance between following your heart and using your head. It's about being passionate, but also being mindful of the consequences of your actions. And then, we had the Page of Swords right, with all that new information and the honesty. So what happens there? The Page of Swords is all about, seeing things clearly, right? And it's about communicating effectively. So with the Chariot, it's you're now using all of that to your advantage. You see where you're going, and you can clearly communicate to others your goals and desires. You are also able to see clearly the desires and needs of your potential mate, And that sword energy can cut through anything that might be in the way of your success. You can see the truth of the road ahead, and you are more easily able to adjust your course. The Page is also a message, right? So the Chariot is able to deliver that message. So the key to the Chariot is taking all of these cards and pulling them together into a focused whole. It's you have all of these parts and it's time to make them work together. So what's the final takeaway with the Chariot? The advice is this: you need to be focused. You have the strength, now you need the vision. And the next card? Oh my gosh, the next card is going to show you exactly where this journey is going to end, what the final destination is. Are you going to win the race or not? This is so exciting. Get ready. Okay, so, oh my gosh, like, the Four of Wands, I mean, after all that intense energy we've had building up here, like, this just feels like, oh, finally, you know. The Four of Wands is such a celebratory card. It's like a party, a homecoming, a feeling of stability and harmony, and like finally arriving at a place where you feel safe and secure, you know. It's like you've been working so hard, you've been through so much, and now you're finally getting to, like, kick back and enjoy the fruits of your labor, you know. It's like you've reached a milestone, you've achieved a goal, and now it's time to celebrate. And like, not just celebrate, but actually, like, feel that sense of accomplishment and joy, you know. It's like you've built something solid, something lasting, something beautiful, and you can finally just, like, breathe and enjoy it. It's such a good feeling, right? So what does this mean for your love life, right? Because that's what we're trying to figure out here. Okay, so let's think about how this connects to the Emperor, because that was, like, the very first card we pulled, and that's all about control and structure and, like, authority, right? So I think the Four of Wands here is saying that you're finally finding a way to create a relationship that feels both stable and free, you know. Like, you're not just settling for someone who's, like, in control all the time, or someone who's, like, telling you what to do. You're actually finding someone who you can build something with, who you can create a life with, and who you can actually, like, celebrate with, you know. It's like you're taking that Emperor energy, that desire for stability, and you're actually turning it into something that feels warm and inviting and, like, actually joyful. Or, you know, maybe it means you're finally finding that balance within yourself, right? Like, maybe you've been so focused on being in control, on being the boss, that you've forgotten how to just, like, relax and enjoy life. And the Four of Wands is showing up to say, hey, it's okay to let go a little bit. It's okay to just have fun and celebrate. You don't have to be in charge all the time. It's like you're finally learning how to be both strong and soft, both powerful and vulnerable, and that's, like, a really beautiful thing. You know, it means you're attracting people who appreciate you for who you really are, not just for what you can do for them. Okay, so then we had the Three of Swords, right? Ouch, heartbreak. So how does this Four of Wands energy heal that heartbreak? Well, I think it's saying that you're finally moving past that pain and creating a new chapter in your life, you know. Like, you're not just dwelling on the past, you're actually building a future that's full of love and joy and connection. And, like, not just any kind of connection, but, like, really deep, meaningful connections with people who truly see you and appreciate you, you know. It's like you're healing from that heartbreak by actually creating a life that's so amazing that you don't even have time to think about it anymore, you know. You're so busy having fun and celebrating and, like, connecting with people that you're just, like, completely distracted from the pain. And that's a really good thing. It means you're not letting that heartbreak define you. You're actually using it as a catalyst for growth and change. It's like you're turning that pain into something beautiful. Or, you know, maybe it means you're actually finding closure with that past relationship, right? Like, maybe you're finally able to forgive yourself or forgive the other person and just let it go, you know. And that's such a powerful thing, because it frees you up to move forward without all that baggage, without all that resentment. It's like you're releasing yourself from the chains of the past and stepping into a future that's full of possibilities. And that's what the Four of Wands is all about, right? It's about celebrating new beginnings, about embracing the future with open arms. Okay, so then we had the Eight of Swords, right? That feeling of being trapped and limited. So, how does the Four of Wands help you break free from those limitations? Well, I think it's saying that you're finally realizing that you're not really trapped at all, you know. Like, you have the power to create your own reality, to choose your own path, and to build a life that's full of joy and fulfillment. It's like you're taking off those blindfolds, you're untying those ropes, and you're stepping out into the world with a newfound sense of freedom and confidence. And that's, like, a really powerful feeling. It means you're no longer letting fear or doubt hold you back. You're actually embracing your potential and creating a life that's aligned with your values and your desires. Or, you know, maybe it means you're actually finding a community of people who support you and believe in you, right? Like maybe you've been feeling isolated and alone, like you're the only one who understands what you're going through. And the Four of Wands is showing up to say, hey, you're not alone. There are people out there who get you, who love you, and who want to celebrate with you. It's like you're finding your tribe, your people, and that's such a comforting and empowering feeling. It means you have a support system that you can rely on, people who will lift you up when you're feeling down and celebrate your successes with you. Okay, so then we had the Knight of Wands, right? All that passion and adventure and excitement. So how does the Four of Wands channel that energy in a positive way? Well, I think it's saying that you're finally finding a way to bring that passion and excitement into a stable and fulfilling relationship. You know, like, you're not just chasing after the next thrill, you're actually building something lasting with someone who shares your values and your desires. It's like you're combining that fiery energy with a sense of groundedness and stability, and that's, like, a really powerful combination. Or, you know, maybe it means you're actually learning how to bring that sense of celebration and joy into your everyday life, right? Like you're not just waiting for special occasions to have fun, you're actually finding ways to celebrate the small things, to appreciate the beauty in the everyday moments. And that's, like, a really beautiful way to live. It means you're finding joy in the journey, not just in the destination. You're appreciating the present moment, and you're creating a life that's full of gratitude and happiness. And that's what the Four of Wands is all about, right? It's about celebrating life, about finding joy in the everyday moments. And then there was the Page of Swords, all about new information. So here, the Four of Wands is like, you've taken that information, you've learned from it, and now you are building on it. Like, that page saw what was up, and the Four of Wands is you acting on that information in a really solid way. So, the ultimate advice here, right? How do you make this Four of Wands energy, like, real in your life? Well, first, you have to identify what you're celebrating, you know? What are you proud of? What have you accomplished? What are you grateful for? And then you have to actually take the time to celebrate it. Like, plan a party, go out to dinner, do something that makes you feel good and that acknowledges your achievements. And don't just celebrate alone, celebrate with the people you love. Share your joy with others, and let them share their joy with you. Because that's what the Four of Wands is all about, right? It's about connecting with others, about sharing your life with the people you care about. And then, you have to bring that sense of celebration into your everyday life, find ways to appreciate the small things, to find joy in the present moment. Because life is too short to wait for special occasions to be happy. You have to create your own happiness, you have to find your own joy, and you have to celebrate every single day. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting, because with this Four of Wands here, it just feels like you're finally arriving at a place of peace and happiness in your love life. Like all that hard work, all that healing, all that growth has finally paid off. And what's coming next? Oh my gosh, I can barely wait to see what that next card is, because it's going to show us, like, what this celebration is really all about, like, what's the ultimate outcome of all this? Get ready, this is going to be amazing. Okay, so, oh my gosh, the Hanged Man. Like, what does this even mean after all of that, you know? After all that energy, like, seriously. So the Hanged Man is all about, like, surrender, sacrifice, seeing things from a different perspective, you know? It's like you've been going in one direction and the universe is like, whoa, hold up. Time to hang upside down for a bit and see things differently. It's like a total reset, you know? So how does this fit into the whole picture? I mean, we had the Emperor, the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Swords, the Chariot, the Four of Wands. Like, it's been a journey, right? Okay, so let's start with the Emperor. The Emperor is all about control, right? So the Hanged Man here is saying, like, maybe it's time to surrender some of that control, you know? Maybe you've been trying so hard to, like, manage everything and be in charge all the time, and the universe is like, hey, it's okay to let go a little bit. It's okay to trust the process. It's okay to surrender to something bigger than yourself. It's like you've been gripping the reins so tightly that you're actually, like, preventing things from flowing, you know? So the Hanged Man is saying, like, release your grip. Trust that things will work out, even if you're not in control of every single detail. you know. And then there's the Three of Swords, that heartbreak. So the Hanged Man here is like, maybe it's time to surrender some of that pain, you know. Maybe you've been holding on to that hurt for so long that it's actually like defining you, you know. And the universe is like, hey, it's okay to let go of that. It's okay to forgive yourself, it's okay to forgive the other person, and it's okay to move on. It's like you've been carrying this weight around for so long that you've forgotten how to be light and free, you know? So the Hanged Man is saying, like, drop the baggage. Surrender that resentment and open yourself up to new possibilities. Oh my gosh. And then the Eight of Swords, feeling trapped. So the Hanged Man is like, maybe the way out of that trap is to surrender to the feeling, you know? Like, instead of fighting it, instead of trying to escape, just like, allow yourself to feel stuck for a little bit, you know, and see what comes up. Because sometimes it's in those moments of surrender that we actually find the answers we've been looking for, you know. It's like when we stop struggling, when we stop trying to control everything, that's when the universe can actually step in and help us out. And like, show us the way forward, you know, like so good. And then we had the Knight of Wands, all that fiery energy. So the Hanged Man here is like, maybe it's time to surrender that need for constant excitement, you know. Like maybe you've been chasing after the next thrill, the next adventure, and you've forgotten how to just be present in the moment, you know. And the universe is like, hey, it's okay to slow down. It's okay to just chill out and enjoy the ride. You don't have to be constantly on the go. It's like you've been so busy looking for the next big thing that you're missing out on all the good stuff that's already right in front of you. You know? So the Hanged Man is saying, like, take a deep breath. Surrender that need for constant stimulation and just be grateful for what you have. Okay. And then the Page of Swords, all that new information. So the Hanged Man is like, maybe it's time to surrender your attachment to your own ideas, you know? Like, maybe you've been so convinced that you're right, that you've been closed off to other perspectives, you know? And the universe is like, hey, it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to surrender your ego and listen to what other people have to say. It's like you've been so busy trying to prove yourself right that you're missing out on all the amazing things you could learn from others, you know? So the Hanged Man is saying, like, open your mind. Surrender your pride and be willing to see things from a different angle. Yes. And the Chariot, all that forward momentum. The Hanged Man is saying, whoa there, maybe it's time to surrender your need to be in control of the outcome, you know. You are heading forward, full steam ahead, and the universe is saying, it's okay to trust that the universe has your back. It's okay to surrender your agenda and let things unfold as they're meant to. It's like you've been so focused on reaching your destination that you're missing out on all the beautiful scenery along the way, you know. So the Hanged Man is saying, like, relax and enjoy the journey. Surrender your expectations and trust that you'll end up exactly where you're supposed to be. Wow, so good. And finally, the Four of Wands, all that celebration. So even here, the Hanged Man is like, okay, maybe it's time to surrender your attachment to that feeling of stability, you know? Like, maybe you've been so focused on creating a perfect, harmonious life that you're afraid of anything that might disrupt that, you know? And the universe is like, hey, it's okay to embrace change. It's okay to let go of what's comfortable. It's okay to surrender your need for security and step into the unknown. It's like you've been so busy trying to create a perfect little bubble that you're missing out on all the exciting possibilities that lie beyond it, you know. So the Hanged Man is saying, like, pop that bubble. Surrender your fear and be open to whatever comes next. So what does sacrifice even mean in this context, right? Because it sounds so dramatic, but it's not about, like, giving up your dreams or your values or anything like that, you know? It's more about sacrificing your old ways of thinking, your old patterns of behavior that are no longer serving you. It's about sacrificing your ego, your pride, your need to be right all the time. It's about sacrificing your fear of vulnerability, your fear of getting hurt, your fear of being alone. It's about sacrificing anything that's standing in the way of you and true love. It's like you have to be willing to let go of the old in order to make room for the new. So good. And seeing things from a different perspective, that's huge here, you know. The Hanged Man is literally hanging upside down, so he's seeing the world from a completely different angle. And that's what you need to do too, you know. You need to challenge your assumptions, question your beliefs, and be open to new possibilities. Maybe you've always thought that you needed to be with someone who's, like, super successful and driven. But maybe the Hanged Man is saying that what you really need is someone who's kind and compassionate and makes you laugh, you know. Maybe you've always thought that you needed to be in a traditional, monogamous relationship. But maybe the Hanged Man is saying that you're actually more suited for something a little bit different, you know. The point is, you have to be willing to see things from a new perspective if you want to attract a truly fulfilling relationship. Yes, and remember that hematite point you chose. That crystal is all about illuminating things, bringing clarity, and grounding expectations in reality. So, the Hanged Man is like, that clarity comes from surrendering your old ways of thinking and seeing things from a new perspective, you know. It's about letting go of the illusions and embracing the truth, even if it's not what you wanted to see. Like maybe you thought you were ready for a serious relationship, but the Hanged Man is showing you that you still have some healing to do, you know. Or maybe you thought you knew exactly what you wanted in a partner, but the Hanged Man is showing you that you need to be more open-minded and flexible. The point is, the Hanged Man helps you to see things as they really are, not just as you want them to be. And that's what allows you to ground your expectations in reality and attract a relationship that's truly aligned with your needs and desires. Amazing, right? So, like, what are some practical steps you can take to embody this Hanged Man energy, right? Well, first, start by practicing mindfulness, you know. Take some time each day to just sit in silence and observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. This will help you to become more aware of your old patterns of thinking and behaving so you can start to change them. And practice surrendering to the present moment. Stop worrying about the future, stop dwelling on the past, and just focus on what's happening right now. Because that's where life is really happening, you know? And then, challenge your assumptions. Question your beliefs. Ask yourself why you believe what you believe and be open to the possibility that you might be wrong. This will help you to see things from a new perspective and to expand your horizons. And be willing to let go of control. Stop trying to manage everything and trust that the universe has your back. This will free you up to relax and enjoy the ride, and it will also allow you to attract people who are more aligned with your true self. And finally, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself for your mistakes and learn from your experiences. Because you're not perfect, and that's okay. You're a work in progress and you're doing the best you can. And that's all that matters. Oh my gosh. So I know this reading has been a lot, right? But I truly believe that you are on the verge of something amazing. You have the power to create a love life that's truly fulfilling, a relationship that's full of joy, connection, and unconditional love. You just have to be willing to surrender your old ways of thinking, to see things from a new perspective, and to trust that the universe has your back. And I know you can do it, because you are strong, you are resilient, and you are worthy of love. And like seriously, I'm so excited to see what happens next for you. Just remember to stay open, stay curious, and stay true to yourself. You got this. Yay.